It's happened again.
I do what I want.
Did that technically include a 3?
No.
Okay.
No.
I had to pause there for a second because my recording took a little bit to get started, but they definitely didn't catch any of that countdown. But out of the recording, I was like, hold on. Was there a 3 in there?
There was no 3. I skipped a 3.
Well,
He
it's
also
fair
went out of
because this
order,
is Reign
technically.
22. Well, yeah, when you skip 3, that's what happens.
Yeah, double 2.
But this is 22. The 22nd reign.
I don't know about you. I'm feeling 20.
So I paused there because I had to stifle a yawn. But we're getting into it. It's Reign. Before I forget, I will very briefly mention beautiful, bountiful patrons who are so cool and great. Like Admin Hart, Blacklist OG, Call Me Zed. I'm going to put down my bottle of water. That's not a patron read, but I'm shaking it as I'm...
You have murdered Loth. No, got me too.
Unlucky.
Carlos Draga, JD 9000, Kaiser, Starlight, Legendary
kill.
Boss Hunter, Liam Pest, The Rise of Kenji, Rogue Rabbit, Charvor, some guy named Bob, and Barry the Crow. Decided to finish that one up there before all the rest of the guys were dying. But no, I'm like literally holding a bottle of water in my hand, and as I'm moving my hand, and I'm like, I shouldn't do that.
Shake weight. Oh.
Fucking man.
Okay. But if everybody has recovered,
I live.
all right,
Does Loth live?
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
he's good
for now.
for now.
That's all we're here for.
But we continue on the afternoon after the Curia. I believe most of you have returned back to the house, Torchlight Hall. I know for sure that Konrad said he was absolutely going to split off on his own and go to the social club already.
Yeah.
I remember that we're
Probably
supposed to
catch
just
lunch there.
let Aren do his thing for like 3 hours and then we go.
I mean,
I mean, you don't have to say that out loud or
take
put
that
it like that. That sounds really resentful.
No, I'm saying, okay, if it's resentful, it's resentful of myself.
That's fair.
Actually, I know you really want to get out words, but I do wish you would enunciate more when you get excited like that, because you speak very fast.
And then you get mad at me when I
recognize
ask you to repeat because I'm like, hold on, you slurred some
Okay.
syllables there together.
Part of that is an irrational response from just being told that constantly by my dad.
Well, I'm
not-
sorry you have
I'm
stuff,
not on
but
the
like I said,
clock.
I can't
Please do
follow you
not.
sometimes.
I'm sorry, I'm not your dad.
No, I'm just telling you guys exactly that's what it is. It's
No,
just,
I
it's
understand. I
just
was
a
making
baked
a
in
joke,
response
Max.
I have. I'm sorry. It's like when people
Max, I was
say like
making a
I'm too
joke.
loud or too quiet, I get angry.
Anyway, okay, but the thing is that I do not know exactly when it will go, but I do have a task for the rest of you to cycle your brains to pedal.
Yes.
Because it's been like a week and I don't know for sure if everybody actually 100% locked in their invitations to your little ice cream social garden party.
No,
You
we're
working on it.
Ah, my notepad closed. Fuck.
And like I say, I think we got some of that, but that's what I want. I want to reintroduce that to the group brain off camera while we're working on stuff.
Sorry, I actually had a notepad open with my invite list. I forgot to fucking save it, and I just looked for it, and it's gone. I'm like, God damn it.
It happens. And this is why we bring up stuff to cycle. Because if you guys have any more minor points to bring up in your afternoon, you can. I'm pretty sure that canonically, Inos is locked in for most of this day, either assembling his music box or enchanting his music box, because we've already did both of those roles last session.
Yeah, I think he'll be done by midnightish.
Well, I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna be
so
not. Yeah, probably by midnight, because the roll was like what 5 threes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of them.
You had enough time.
You had a pretty fast roll to assemble the music box.
Mhm.
And then obviously because I don't think any of you are like, well, I should say it this way: all of you want to purchase the esoteric disciplines that improve spellcasting, but none of you have the room to purchase any of the esoteric disciplines that improve spellcasting. So you can't really do anything about the cast time.
Nope, 6 hours.
So
baby,
that's pretty
midnight.
locked in. For what? 7 hours? 8 hours?
6 hours, I think, for a waking object.
6 hours. Okay, pretty shorter than I thought for a waking object.
Like I still have 9 slots open, but I kind of want to get the 3 I have. But yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, so
It's
like I said, Enos is going to be busy most of this day from now on. Like he may get a chance to like break for maybe an early dinner after he's built the box before he goes in the tank.
Mhm.
And I do actually like prior to the social club part, have a couple of questions for Konrad. Number one, are you telling the rest of these guys where you're going? Because the rest of them are going back to the house. So
I probably didn't let them know directly, but I probably let at least the guards at our guards know. So like if
Okay,
they
so
asked the servant, like if they asked around, they'd be able to find out where I went.
okay. The second is this is a question that occurred to me earlier. I have not been double checking on because I think the answer is obvious, but we've mentioned a few times when it's come up. Your second animal companion, Blot the Raven, but are you taking Ignis with you when you go out on these excursions?
No.
Okay. Like I said, I when I thought about it, I was like, oh, the reason why I didn't ask the question is because I think the answer is obvious. But also I'm like, I should ask because it has been a little bit since we have discussed him, and he is an animal companion, so he is
He's
part
a very
of
good dog.
the narrative. It's like required that the dog be around if you need him. But yes, okay. Let me field that question in chat. Okay, so
I just forget their name.
I mean, you have put a note on him to know which one he is, but
You're right. But I was familiar. It's like
all right, okay. Yeah, so the rest of the guys are piping on the invites. I assume that, like I said, Leslok has maybe some plans, but Logesh will probably be going back to base with him. You guys are working on your lists. And obviously, if Konrad had anybody he would want to invite to put down ahead of time, because you would know, because I think you talked about that at breakfast, finalizing your invites.
Yeah, but he has more stuff on his mind than invites right now, so he has not left anything.
Okay.
I would probably invite Martlet if she was around, just out of obligation.
That's fair. Yeah, so like I said, it's still like early in the afternoon. The sun is still fairly high. So what is Konrad doing first thing at the social club?
He's just making sure all his stuff is ready, but just kind of let him be seen there so that he could plausibly say that he was there if questioned by anyone later on.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you build your alibi. You probably take a lunch there. Like I said, it's would be time of day for a late lunch after the Curia. So
Yeah.
get some food, get some prep in, visit the little athletics area or sparring ring.
Yep, maybe get some sparring if anyone there is there.
I should probably like put a. Actually, that's a really good idea. I can't do that in the middle of the session, but mental note. I should put a on my end or on the Dramatis Personae end. I should put a star by everybody's names who's part of the Etoile Club.
That would be
I think
nice.
you guys have even pushed for a couple of invites, so
Yeah.
that would be faster than me scrolling up to my notes where I wrote down a list of characters. So I'll put that on my list for later. But yeah, so Konrad settles in to at least until dusk. Like how late would you wait?
Yeah, like until dusk, like until the shadows start getting long.
Okay.
Not maybe
All
a
right.
little, probably sit out maybe a little before actual sundown, but like aiming to be down there in the deep of the district by nightfall.
All right. So that does mean, in addition to squiggling your invites down out of character, like I said, Konrad ditches is the wrong word, but makes his own way back to away from you when you leave the Parliament Hall, and is not back at Torchlight Hall when you get there. If you ask, he's out of the social club, the Etoile Club. And so, you guys do have some time because he is going to be, gone until the evening.
So the guards would know where he is, right?
Yes. He
Then,
would have
that would
left
be fine.
word.
I would,
All the rest of
I
you are
would
thinking
probably have
about
asked them,
invitations.
but
They probably don't know what club he's talking about, but like that's what it is. He's at the club.
Yeah.
Maybe I should
well,
get
if
more
they
people.
say
I
that,
don't know.
I would probably assume.
Yeah, I think you guys can put it together. But if nobody does have anything they would like to quickly, make sure happens during the afternoon, and obviously, like I said, I'm giving you time to have the time. So if you think about something later, you would have done. We
I
can
want
roll
to
back.
work on starting to design a project.
I think Konrad left his iron-studded club at home, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's probably at the house.
Sorry, it was the
Even
first thing
more
that came to my head.
I do have a question. What's our alcohol stores like drinking at home? Like, what do we got at Torchlight Hall? Do we got a lot? Do we have a little?
I mean, you are. Well, right now, technically, you're a Treasure 3 house, so like you're pretty stocked. What's the? Is it in my notation on the armory and stuff? Like, do I have meals and drinks on here?
Do we have meals and drinks?
Yeah. High quality drink did not make it to here, but yeah, no, that should all still be like
All right. Well,
in your wealth, levels. Like,
I'm gonna make sure I order a nice cask of ale to be delivered to Torchlight Hall for later, for reasons.
yeah, no, that's pretty doable. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it says personal feast or a fine meal for a small group is like 2. So, most of you have enough independent wealth that even if your pantry is not physically stocked, then it's fairly easy for you to replenish.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Sorry, I'm tabulating in my brain.
The numbers.
What do they mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just like.
All right, I forgot. This is the event. I'm sorry.
So the thing is, I'm saying here, Axe like, oh, we don't need to focus this on something critical comes up. I'm in my brain debating right now. I don't know for sure if Leslok has the opportunity to spend time with Theresa. She has just been set up with a new Cavalier and like has been told that there will be finding a new company of blood shields. Like she might actually be busy. And while you are affianced, she is a princess and you're a Marquess and stuff. Like there's a lot of things going on. I don't know if you can just guarantee.
And if not, that does.
You can definitely put in a note to her, and obviously you probably plan to invite her to the party. So yeah, I don't actually know if you have the time, but
then
that mental aside,
I will focus. It's not a big deal.
Nice.
I think there was letters I had to write. I think we wrote those.
There are letters that people need to write.
I need to go write. Need to go write the letters about how current things have happened, and also
Konrad needs to write a letter, or Huron does.
I think Konrad would say he would write a letter, but he's not here now.
He can write it when he gets back, whenever that is, from him clearly hanging out at the Atoll Club all night long.
He just wrote a letter.
So I'm going to start drawing up plans this afternoon, Omega.
Well, all right. To what exactly?
I'm going to research into, because I like this idea much better than using alchemy for it, a clockwork prosthetic, or prosthesis, rather.
Is it prosthetic?
Okay. That should, the Baron Munchausen had his iron hand in like 1600s, 1700s?
Well, no, I'm talking is the word prosthesis.
Yeah, that's the correct word.
Oh, wow. Shows what I know.
Look, I know words, I just can't spell them.
We forget that Dallas has a degree in something.
There's something
I'm
technical
also a
about
book
the there's something that's significant about the grammar of the difference between prosthetic and prosthesis. I don't fucking know it.
Yeah.
Both are correct.
Okay.
I think it's the it's the tense in what you're referring to it, I believe. If you're referring to it as part of someone's limb, the proper term is prosthetic. If you're referring to it as an object, it is prosthesis. I believe that's correct.
But yes, you should be able to start looking at that. You may need to poke around a couple different libraries because while House Logi is very, about
I was
going to
try and chill it. I was going to see if House Oro might have anything I could look up.
You can ask.
Is that where the Lady Magister is?
Guild. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, there's like, she has like an office. She's attached to like the Royal Archives, the Royal Gallery, the Royal Engineers. It's like there's resources in town. You go ahead and can, for your own satisfaction, roll me a student of engineering to see how well that project works.
And this is going to be like, I want to try and have this ready sometime by the summer court is basically what my deadline is, but I'm only in the planning phases right now.
Yeah. You're going to have to go for an intricate description because I don't think you can draw.
No, I don't think anyone with a draw either.
Yeah. And I'm just going for like simple range of motion, like to be able to grab, potentially throw a knife for no particular reason.
No,
really
clearly,
just don't want to
clearly
get
you need
kung
to be able
fu
to flick back your wrists and just knives appear out from your prosthetic.
You're really just afraid of doing Lifeless Limb, are you?
No, I prefer this kind of solution.
I don't know why Axe tries keep giving people grief over their choices.
Learn to live.
This case is because I remember saying he made it because of Dallas' situation.
Well, yes, I wrote. I mean, it's not exclusive because it is a good use to have, but the spell did come up because Dallas was thinking about how he would fix things. But yeah, you got some research.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm just going to draw up plans right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So then I think in the context here, the first thing that will come up is back at the hall. Yeah, grab your hands. Probably, around like supper time, like, it's not quite at the proper dinner hour, but it's getting that way. And Konrad, you may see a couple of people, come into the club to start arranging an evening meal. It sounds like you are planning on setting out before like a proper dinner hour, though.
Yes.
Yeah. You're probably taking a chance in the sparring area. I don't know what the history of the punching bag is, but there's probably some kind of dummy you can, hit with stick or with fist.
Work on my punching pugilism.
Yeah. As you're doing that, someone you probably wouldn't expect to come up comes up, and it is actually Kefis Verity, and he kind of, pops up behind you and it says, really working that dummy there, friend. Would you prefer a living opponent?
Normally, yes, but I think my time grows short. I was about to set out to gain the last few strikes in.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't aware you knew of this location, though. The club.
Yes, we were a little late to the game, but Her Highness managed to grab up a few of us. I am also rather keen at observing things, And I've heard a few things. You seem quite taken with the club yourself, so.
It's a good place to go when I need to get away from the others for a time.
Of course.
I love them
It
all,
is always
but you
good
know,
to have space to yourself.
Yes.
I think I find that quite appealing about this as well for myself. He kind of like ruffle, kind of takes an offhanded, like slicks back his own hair for a sec and be like, it's my own family
Sorry.
is well, they have their ways, and sometimes I feel I'm a bit unconventional. And I believe, not to mince words, he kind of like leans forward and talks a little low. I think you've been working on a few unconventional things yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this genuine, or is Conrad trying to obfuscate?
Definitely trying to obfuscate.
All right, go ahead and roll me charm plus lie.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 dice. Yeah.
Like total
You can do it.
or
Total.
oh no, I believe in you.
No.
Conrad is sneaky. He is not good at lying. Let's see. House fair 15.
Yes.
I think that runs in the family.
Oh yeah, no.
Almost
Oh,
did
definitely.
roll.
Almost got
I do
him.
believe, though, that lie is opposed by empathy in this case.
Sorry. Every time I
Wait!
it happens.
Tempest might still outskill it. Let's see.
Of course.
Let's see. No,
Nope.
no matches. His master die
shot.
is in scrutinize, not empathy. Yeah. So he kind of, nods along. He seems to get that, what you're saying about, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, and he's like, well, let me rephrase. I myself have taken to walking the streets, in the evening hours, checking things out. Obviously, you noticed me pop by the other night with my lantern.
I did.
Looking at things, looking around, asking a few questions, and I did hear from a few people that at least earlier in this week, you were asking similar questions to, shops, places, routes. Trying to figure out perhaps the best way that someone might, hop over the garden wall and retreat from Torchlight Hall. Where such a man might go, who he might hang out with, what if they recovered any ill-begotten gains they might have done with it. To me, it's all a hypothetical question, of course. I am much more interested in the moment at the future than the past, but history has a way of repeating itself,
Mm-hmm.
And I think both of us would be against that happening in this case, if you can understand which piece of history I am thinking of.
The might have to keep me laughing.
Kevin desperately wants to break the fourth wall and be like,
If you have a suggestion, please offer it forward.
of course. Kind of looks around, like I said, there's a couple people streaming in for dinner, but nobody seems interested in sparring right now.
Konrad will kind of like go back to hitting the dummy to like give a cover of noise.
Yeah, and he'll kind of like lean against the wall and say, and just be like, well, I must admit, I'm a bit curious. Yes, on twitch.tv.
No, I was gonna make a Teine tube joke. Damn it.
Yeah, but so Comrade Kevus kind of leans against the wall, not opposite, but like close to the dummy, so he can kind of like keep an eye on the room, but also speak low. It's like, well, I'm a bit curious as to how far you've gotten yourself. I heard from a couple of gossiping constables that you and the Marquess went up to the old fort early in the week and stopped to look at some records. Sadly, I was not able to get that sort of information myself. I have been able to access some of the cathedral records, but those are, dreadfully inadequate for this sort of procedure. But I have, as I said, noticed you taking a more proactive stance on this than that of the Lord Marquess or the other members of your house. Nothing wrong with defensive stance, but I was curious if you'd made your way up to anything, what's the word, actionable. As
Well,
I wouldn't mind taking a little action myself.
Well, since you have things pretty figured out, I was going to go ask a few questions at a play. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's not under things. Damn it. At a place called the Gilly Green. I believe the barman there might have some questions, and there is a disreputable fellow who also hangs out there who will have answers as well, I hope. Punch, punch.
You know, Kevis kind of like looks up and looks, you know, out the hall to probably where there's, you know, I think I even mentioned they've got a few like standing clocks set to like basically different time zones, you know. It's like, and you're thinking tonight to ask these questions.
Yes, as you've mentioned, I have prepared things a bit. Made sure the Gilly Green is a little less populated. And if I have to deal with any of them, hopefully there'll be less of them at the same time.
It was a connection I hadn't made yet. So, you are the mysterious shadow hiding in alleys, scaring street ruffians. Or one of them, anyway.
Yes.
Well, if... Sorry. I just thought of that kind of, I think that's a Vine. Or at least an old YouTube short. I've invented a knife-wielding tentacle.
I don't think I can stop it.
But yeah, so Kevis kind of once again lowers his voice another notch and says, Well, I won't say that I plan on getting in your business, as it were. I think there's an opportunity for, you know, us to help out each other, as I believe we have similar goals in mind. If you wouldn't mind someone coming along to watch your back, your front, your sides, kind of, you know, adjust his spectacles is like, I'm observant enough, light on my feet. And unlike a couple of people in this club, I know how to throw the old 1-2. He says it very jauntily, but he does actually like do like the tucked elbows in stance and do like a couple rapid fire punches, and clearly does know.
Probably knows has more weapon skill in an arm than I do right now, since I only have 1 dot, so.
Yeah,
right.
he's about a 2.
Well, of course, company wouldn't be misplaced, and well, I wouldn't exactly be stopping you from following after me anyway. I'm more concerned about those ruffians and any of their friends finding me rather than good, upstanding citizens such as yourself.
Yeah, that's why it always pays to have a little bit of help. I myself admit I've, you know, started taking long evening strolls up and down the halls of Tredysim. Well, one, that's why I carry the lantern. It's on a mountain, you see. I gotta watch those stairs. Not really how I intended to practice falling with style, but, you know. I've had some tutors talking to me about, you know, how to take a fall and roll with it, but stairs.
That would Stairs would be probably a problem considering how their purpose.
Yes, no. But yes, well, kind of, gives you an aside glance, turns back to look around the room. Looks like everyone here is getting ready for the dinner hour. It'll probably be a good time for you to don whatever disguise you do and go out the side way, and I'll take a few chances hitting the dummy and pop along, shortly after. Pulls out a pocket watch and checks it.
I'll see you then.
All right.
And yeah, Konrad will then head to the space he's kind of reserved for his things at the club and change into his Wargman attire.
Yep.
Rips open shirt. W.
No. Not that style, but like dark coat, I think.
Yeah, like I posted the picture. It was mostly a joke because the AI generator did not understand a mask, and it just put like a wolf head on top of the figure.
It made it furry.
It's very, very funny, yes, but yeah. No,
but the rest of the clothing is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, big, big like long coat and cloak, dark colors
with leather armor underneath.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you start your stroll down towards the Salt District, where Old Street and the New Street boys are. And after a while, if you do check behind you, probably at a discreet distance, Cavalier is following along. He's going to definitely going to the Sherlock Holmes school of disguise. Like, he's got his long, crudely knit scarf, and he's got like a shabby long overcoat with multiple patches sewn in, and got some warm gloves on, and probably got like a loose wool hat on, which is probably a little warm for early spring, but it's still, you're close to the coast, so maybe an evening breeze.
Yeah.
You don't know how he's done it, Konrad, but Cavalier seems to have swapped his perfectly clean, rounded reading spectacles for bent half moon spectacles where one of the lenses is cracked. Just somehow captured that disguisey vibe. All right. So, you're admittedly you're in a costume, but your costume is a little striking. How sneakily are you trying to approach the Gilly Green this evening?
Probably pretty sneakily. I'm not trying to alert any of the people. I am trying to stay away from any of the New Street boys that are out on patrol at the moment.
Yeah.
Because the goal was to get as many of them out of the Gilly Green at night as possible.
Yep. Because there should be... Let's see. I'm pretty sure I wrote down a number about how many boys there should be. Yeah, there's about 24 of them. And there will be, probably with your multiple successes on Intimidate to spook them, there will probably be significantly less of those. So go ahead and roll me Stealth. I'm going to pause the recording and step away for a sec, and when I get back, we'll get into that. So you ready to resume?
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. And we're going.
Oh.
Are we suddenly not ready?
It sounded like Lucky fell out of his chair.
I almost did. Like I said, my chair broke, and now the lever that lets you, adjust the angle of the seat itself is broken. So if I lean too hard one way or another, it'll just fall all the way back and send me flying.
Ugh.
No.
Gotta be careful.
You've made an impromptu catapult.
Ooh, excuse me.
A pair of 8s for the stealth.
Yes. You're rolling against unworthy, so I did not set a difficulty ahead of time, so yeah, it's fine. So yeah, you snick. You're pretty good. Like you said, the shadows start getting longer, and as you move down from the upper edge of the Gold District into the Iron and Salt District, the streets get a lot, smaller and narrower. The buildings get more cluttered. So, I thought you did.
I just rolled for the assembly.
I mean, we can probably figure out, but yeah, we'll be a lot of scrolling up. But yeah, like I said, so like you get bigger in pools of shadow as the sun does start to set, and definitely I think being not like directly on the seaside, but being closer to the dockside, the Gilly Green is definitely in like a dark, shadowy part of town, though it is still probably, long shadows, yellow skies type time. Not quite, after sunset. But you've snuckle up. Go ahead and roll me a sensible sight. To use eyes.
Pair of sevens.
All right, you're doing very good today. All right, so in a spot you've been before, in like an alley across the street, you can observe and I think I've said this before, but the front windows of the Gilly Green are like grimy, dusty, but are at least wiped enough so that some of the people inside can see outside, and from your vantage point and your keen Wargman eyes, you can see inside that indeed the population of the bar, even at an hour that should probably be when people start getting in. You've probably observed the clientele a couple of times. The kind of people who go here are the kind of people who are either criminals and ne'er-do-wells who have nothing better to do all day, but are up all night, or people who knock off work right about now. It definitely seems like they are not full up, and with a successful roll, you can count that you recognize there are probably like, you think 5 of the actual New Street boys in there with Carver. You can see the barman, behind the bar, probably like, rubbing a dirty rag on a couple of dirty glasses that he will fill soon with some dirty beer. And there's probably like another half a dozen like random people. Like there's like 2 or 3 people at the bar. There's a couple of people who look like, dock workers who like just got off shift, maybe even cut out of work early to come drink, a couple of guys like playing cards or dice, and that's it. The place is much more deserted than usual.
All right. I probably do give it a good like kind of 10-minute wait, just kind of watching, making sure like relatively that's how many people are there. There's no more people coming and going before heading towards the door.
All right. You just gonna stroll in the front door like a Western?
Yep.
All right.
Mask down.
Yeah.
Someone give me the Western thing.
I just think the tavern door kind of. There's no bell, but the hinges are definitely ungreased. Slams open. You stand there, framed by the last dregs of sunlight. Nobody pays attention for like half a heartbeat, and then one of the guys like rolling, the knuckle bones in the corner actually catches sight of you, and like he's got like a a rolled up like cigarillo of Baco or something else smokable, and he's like half chewed, and he just kind of like spits it on the table and is like, "Oi, oh boy, who's Aren?" At which point, like there's that, like I said, cluster of table in the back with like the 5 gang members and Carver, and they kind of like jump to their feet and produce, a selection of like clubs and short knives, and Carver doesn't get up from where he's sitting at the table yet, but one of the random gang members kind of looks at you and says, "Don't know where the hell is Dogman is here now, but friend, glad you came to the wrong bar. Well, get out of here before something happens."
Oh no, I came to the right bar. I can see the person I want to talk to right now as I'm looking directly over at Carver.
Carver just, picks up his mug, takes a sip, looks at it, because obviously it's, terrible. Kind of sets it down and says, "Well, boys, if he's come to ask a few questions, why don't you answer him for me?" And they're like, "Right." So yeah, this ring of semicircle of 5 guys is gonna, start to move on you, comrade. What are you doing?
Pull out a sword.
All right, okay. It sounds like we're gonna get in kerfluffle.
Yeah.
A fighto.
But as reference, I'm using that kind of cavalry sword that I bought here in the capital like years ago.
Normal saber.
Yeah.
All right. Unworthies declare first. They are going to shuffle up to you and attempt to stick you with knives. They are a threat 2, by the way.
All right.
Give him the shank.
That is indeed what they're going to attempt to do. And I'm pretty sure I will double check since it's been a while since I ran Unworthies, but I'm pretty sure since there are 5 of them, I roll 5 dice.
Yes.
If I'm sound far away, it's because I'm laying in bed.
He's giving up with the chair.
Let me just double check for a bit.
And Carver is technically here as well, so we'll see depending on what you do if he's got anything to add to that. But I think his sense is not super high. Okay. He is sense 3, so what's your sense?
Sense 3 as well.
Okay. Well, in the case of ties, NPC's declared first, so he is going to take this opportunity, since you've drawn a weapon, to stand up from his seat and draw his weapon. He has a long dagger.
Okay.
But he is not actually going to do anything with it just yet.
All right.
So, what do you wish to be doing?
I will declare upper stance.
All right.
And then declare 2 attacks.
All right. So you swing the saber up above your head as you kind of step in and get ready to kick some ass. Kevis is also sense 3, but he is hanging back. So he didn't go in with you, so you must assume he is doing something helpful elsewhere. Let's roll some dice.
Don't get that.
I do have 6s.
Yeah, I got 9s and 3s, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I'm in upper stance, I will turn my 9s into a parry.
Yeah.
And then use the 3 to strike one of them.
Yeah, so, a couple of them come at you with knives. You turn your downward attack stroke into a parry, sweeping them away, and then you come back with another vertical down slice and just take out one of the guys. He, gets slashed by the saber and does a dramatic tumble backwards into one of the tables. Cracking! Says one of the guys whose, dice game gets interrupted by a disabled goon.
Didn't know there were Aussies here.
I'm using whatever slang I got.
However, your men aren't doing so well so far.
Yeah, we'll handle that in declare. All right, new declare. The now 4 guys are once again going to attempt to poke you with pokey thing.
Okay.
with kind of his free talk time, Carver's gonna lean over his shoulder to Steve Suman, the barman. And tell him, signal the boys. And then he's going to turn around. He's going to use his free movement to cross the bar. And double check some things about the exact wording of some abilitoires. Because this guy may have had a stat block where he could be, punched like at the beginning of this week in game. So it's been a while. Okay, so
launch.
So let's see. What is your pool then for all this? Oh, okay. They're the same. I've designed this character this way deliberately. So he's going to declare a double action. He is going to attempt to shank you and also dodge. And I believe because he's in the declare phase, he has to declare. Yes, he's using tightening coils because he has that ability. So he is attacking with a one-handed blade, and he's going to attempt to do 1 extra shock damage on his attack this round.
Okay.
So it is now your turn.
I will switch to middle stance.
All right.
And declare 2 attacks again.
Okay.
These attacks are probably, I'm going to declare them at the unworthies.
All right.
Need to clear them out before I actually deal with.
So we'll do that. It's time to roll. We're going to roll for the minions first. Nothing. They're going to die. That's why there's supposed to be 25 of them normally, but, you've put them somewhere else. And way here, I believe he's still losing.
Ouch. That's gonna hurt.
I mean, it's just against the unworthies, so.
Yeah.
So that will probably hurt.
You have 3 8s.
You do have 3 8s. Well, if you'd like to use your 3 8s for one of your attacks, that does mean that you get +1 AR in your chest. Because you're in mid.
Yes.
And you've successfully used a sword action.
Mm.
Which will be important because, yes, so first of all, you wheel around, you switch to middle guard, you've got the sword kind of in front of you. You just do a wide sweep that just, takes out another guy.
Drives the rest back.
Slams into a table. And then, with a not quite flying lunge, but with an explosive lunge forward at 3x7, Carver comes at you, and he is going to do, because he's got a knife, a dagger, that's going to be 3 killing +1 shock for tightening coils to hit location 7, which is your torso.
Okay. I take 1 killing.
Yeah, you do manage to interpose your blade mostly between the strike, but he has that just extra force to actually nick you and draws a little bit of your blood. And he turns to his other 3 guys and is like, "See, it's not so hard. Bleeds after all."
Sorry, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Now we need to save that for when we're fighting monsters.
Yes, but the problem is that your attack was rather shallow, and 2 of your men are on the ground. Doubtful if they ever stand up again. I kind of give then a pointed look at the other 3 unworthies.
Yes. Sadly, you will need to, as an action, declare an intimidate or display kill if you want to actually do a morale attack. But yeah, no, they're thinking thoughts. But they are heartened by the fact that their boss is in the fight and seems to be able to do something.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to declare. They're going to say they are going to attempt to smack with you once again because they really can't multiple action anymore. There's only 3 of them. Actually, no, yeah, you took a point of damage, so you only have 1 more set, right?
Yeah, it ruined my other attack, unfortunately.
So I had to be like, wait a minute, that's right, you didn't have a second set, yeah. So Carver basically like takes up all your force after the first attack, so you don't get your second swing off. But yeah, so they're gonna get you, and then again, he's going to declare tightening coils, and he's gonna do another dodge and stab.
Okay. I will declare intimidate and parry.
All right.
What did you call that one? The finishing blow or whatever? Is that something I have to do with a feat or talent or?
The
I forget.
Display kill is like a specific maneuver, but that's if you're actually like as a part of like hitting somebody, you can do that to like do a morale attack.
Okay.
But you can also just roll intimidate.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And remember, when doing multiple actions, it's your smallest pool -1.
Yep. Luckily.
I think it's everybody declared. Despite being told to get the boys, the barman just kind of like, he just kind of yells.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, that's kind of what he's thinking. He just kind of like yells at the rest of the patrons. Get out of here. Find a street watch. And then he's going to, lean down under his bar for a second. So it's time to roll dice. Holy shit, a match.
Unfortunately, only 1 match.
Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, that's the right pool, I think. Three force again. Yeah. That means you are unfortunately gonna get stabbed a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
So, Carver, I forgot his name for a second, is going to go at 3x4. He will indeed use that for a stabity. So that'll be 3 killing plus 1 shock to hit location 4. That's an arm, I think.
I think so.
As he gets a, knife slash at was that left arm, I think? I think 3-4 is left and 5-6 is right. We've had this conversation before.
4 is left.
Kind of catches you on your off shoulder and gets a decent slash, I think. How much damage do you take from that?
I only have 1 armor. So
Yeah,
2
2
killing, yeah.
So pretty decent cut. Which unfortunately, spoils your attempt to look menacing as these guys get in and are going to inflict 2 killing to hit location 7 because they are also using kniffs.
Okay, torso. All right.
So yeah, as Carver cuts, he kind of says, "If you're not careful, you're not going to be standing up too much longer, son. Come on, boys, get him in, get in there." So yeah, the mooks are going to attempt to keep shivving you.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Let's say Carver gets gutsy. He's gonna stop trying to dodge because clearly you'll never get to attack him. And he will just
Clearly.
strike and declare tightening coils. And technically, because all NPCs declare before you do, you, Konrad, will be aware that Kev's Verity is about to come in from behind and like sucker punch these goons.
Okay.
So he's declaring a unarmed strike at the unworthies.
All right. I will declare 2 attacks and switch into upper stance.
All right. Okay, roll them out. 3d10s for those guys. The exact same roll. I mean, almost. It's 2 7s again. Since he is not bothering to dodge, it's 8d10 for that guy. 4 4s.
Jeez.
Well, it's a good thing Wargman is not planning on using a two-handed weapon.
All right, well, there's 3 3s.
And because they're in different parts of my notes. Oh, that's the wrong one anyway. What is Kevis's total punchy punch pool? Oh, I did it. I rolled. Nothing this time. Probably needs to aim. Sadly, his coordination could be better. All right. Well, I think 4 4s is my longest set. So you're going to take 4 killing, 1 shock to hit location 4.
Which one's that one?
Left arm.
Yeah, it's the left arm again.
All right, my left arm's gone.
It's full up.
Or disabled. Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like, gone. Ah!
No, it's not like we've talked about this. It's not gone unless there's some really heavy stuff happening. But yeah, that's disabled.
And
yeah,
one transferred up into my torso.
Oof. Yeah, so I think
Nicola's danger senses are tingling.
Carver like embeds a like deep thrust into like the part where your arm meets your torso, like right in the shoulder joint, and while he gets his knife back, like you definitely feel your left arm like go numb, Konrad, as you've temporarily lost feeling. It's not great.
Stabbed again.
Where are you going to lose a die from that hit?
I only have 1 set, so a 3.
Oh, and you have the 3s. Okay, so yeah. All right, so you still have 2 3s. Let's see.
And I get hit by the mooks, so
yeah. Yeah, that's going to be another 2 to hit location 7 as they get a shiv in.
All right.
That breaks all your sets. Kevis whiffs. Comes in with a side. One of the guys ducks in. Sorry, gents. It's just not very sporting what you're doing. It's kind of like, oh, who's this then? So we do go to the bottom. The 3 guys are going to attempt to shiv Kevis now because he tried to swing on him.
Okay.
Kevis, because technically they'll declare before you. Kevis is going to attempt to mix dodging and punching because he has bob and weave, so he can do that without penalties.
Hey.
And let's see. Carver's having a good time just stabbing you, but
Oh, jeez.
advanced dodging. I'm trying to think if he would try to do any. Let me actually. I've just realized I haven't actually dragged my book out. Let me get back and check the maneuvers real quick.
Definitely getting more beat up than I thought I would.
Retreat is always an option.
Mm-hmm.
Live to fight another day.
But that's all I say.
Yeah, Kefis being added was not something I've been thinking about for a while, but I know we talked about the possibility of Aurelia popping along. It probably would be more tactically advantageous for her to do Way of Animals and, like, invade the bar with the small army of rats or cats first.
Morale attack. Yeah, that'd be cool, actually.
As ablative meat shields. But no, let me see.
I know people that don't know what a blade is.
Yet?
No,
Damn.
she's not that advanced. You've been teaching her shit that might take attunement for like a day.
I know.
Is it? It might be advanced combat.
I just didn't expect Omega to roll consistently good.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do with 8 dice.
Yeah.
But I've given you a false sense of security because usually I'm terrible.
Do you not remember the times Omega has clapped us with really good dice rolls? Those are the times where we go, oh fuck, oh shit.
Oh shit, he's actually rolling 5 yellow dice. That's right. That's what's supposed to happen to us.
Yeah. Do you remember that time in one of the what was it? It was one of the Star Wars fights where we were ambushed by a bunch of robots, and then your character went down in the first round of combat, and you went, oh shit.
The stun blasters, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when we went into that pirate, the old pirate. Was it a pirate ship?
Yeah, there's a crashed pirate ship.
Yeah. I think 2 people went down from that.
Yeah, we had I think Barf had to save our asses at the end by just going fucking crazy.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think so. What? Yes, I did have to double check something. Yes. Carver is going to attempt a knockout blow. So he's going to make a called shot to your head and basically try and smack you with the flat of his dagger.
Okay.
Because he's going to, wheel back and be like, I think I got a few questions for you too, my son. So yeah, what is your declaration, Conrad?
Conrad will switch into lower stance and declare 2 attacks against Carver.
All right. You get 2 dice to the pool because you're low and slow. Let's roll them out.
Wait, what weapon are you? Oh, you're using the cavalry celebrator. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stat wise, it's the same as a longsword with +1. So.
Well, no, I was just thinking. Wait, I was thinking that Aren was using a greatsword. I'm like, wait, can you do that with one arm? And it's like, no, he's not using.
Aren maybe could.
Wargman is doing a very good job of having cover. He's using a sword that Konrad is not normally seen using.
Yes.
All right.
If Wargman was using a great sword and was doing it one-handed, I'm just picturing fucking Artorias. It would work because his left arm is currently fucked up as well.
Oh god, the front flips.
Oh, nope, I did it
Now
wrong.
you've done it. Now you've rolled.
See, this is what happens when you lose an arm.
Gotta do those flips.
You say do those flips, and I'm just thinking of fucking Sporticus.
Here we go, yeah!
Oh, well, he got a match.
Got
6s and 1s.
And 4s.
Yeah, so I think you'll still be able to do 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Because he only gets the 2x10, so you take, which isn't even the first roll, but that's only 2 shock to head. So first,
how strong is the Warg mask?
It is not armor.
Yeah, if you'd probably asked to try and make it armored, we probably could have given it wooden helmet stats, but I think you just got a masquerade mask custom ordered.
Yeah.
It's something that Konrad in his Batman art can think about as he gets smacked on the temple with a flat of a knife.
This is very much Batman Year One shit right now.
Maybe I should do something to reinforce this mask. I'll think about it later. But technically at 3x2, Kevis just does a fucking leg sweep and drops one of the guys to the ground. He just goes, whoa!
It's head on a table.
It's like, sorry about that, lads. Come on. Hop two. And then, again, technically at 2x10, like I said, you take 2 shock. I did not declare tightening coils because I don't think that works that way. So you only take the 2 shock to your head.
Yeah, so I'll have that take away one of the ones.
Yep.
Which means I'll then hit with a pair of 6 and pair of 4s.
All right.
For 3 damage to each location.
Yes.
Left and right.
He is also on leather armor. So he will reduce that by 1. Yeah. So he takes 2 killing and 2 killing in each arm. As you like switch to a low back strike and just with upward slashes, you like smack him with the blade in one shoulder, smack him with the blade in the other shoulder, and he kind of like starts cursing under his breath, Oh, fucking shit. Pork and beans.
Pork and beans.
Not out yet.
So yeah.
Didn't hear no bell.
That would be period appropriate.
But yeah, so new declare. Let's see. The last 2 guys are not doing great, but I don't think they can get out so easily. Sure. They're gonna try and skedaddle. They're gonna try and go for the back. One of them turns and runs and says, "We'll get out, boss. Don't worry." They start running for the back door. Kevis will declare, probably not you fucking don't, but like the equivalent of like, not tonight, boys.
You stay here.
Fucking toss the thing in the back and throw a bottle at it. It's probably not.
I'm actually just checking if he has throw. No, he doesn't. He has 3 in firearms. He could
shoot them in the leg.
He could try and pull out a pistol, but I think we're trying not to be super loud, so he's just gonna.
Fair.
This is probably the point where Konrad and as the rest of the players learn, Kevis Verity has the rabbity advantage. He runs 20 feet for free in a round. So he's just going to skedaddle up behind them and once again try and cold cock, one of them in the back of the head. Yeah, he's not gonna get extra.
Are brass knuckles a thing by now?
Where do you think you're going, my good fellow? Whack.
Yeah.
Technically not a thing yet, but they're Kestis and similar like.
Yeah, you
brass
can.
knuckles
There
were
would be
developed-
punch weapons, but he would not
Yeah,
be using them because he's
brass knuckles specifically were more of an 1800s thing.
Yeah, they're a little later. He's using unarmed or grappling strike, so no weapon attack. I mean, I guess he could use fight. I think his fight pool is actually the same as his unarmed striking. So he could actually grab a bottle and smack him over the head. But no, I think just run up behind and sucker punch. So Carver has realized that you actually know how to use a sword. And so he will declare tightening. Actually, no. With your armor, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's no point in declaring tightening coils for the extra shock damage. So he's going to give up on trying to knock out, and he's just going to multiple action attempt to dodge and stab.
Okay. I will remain in low stance and attack.
All right, we're just gonna try and go aggro. Roll him. Yeah, I'll roll the 2d10 to see if these guys... No, they don't make a match. Okay. They do not run away.
Run away!
Yeah, I think this counts. I think it counts that.
7's solid.
Yep. And 70-10 for Carver with 2 looks. Oh, shit.
I got 3 pairs.
Wow, okay. This is nasty. Okay. So Carver is the best width. Yeah, you don't have any 3 wides, right?
No.
But he only has 1 set. Actually, can he dodge any of those? No, you've got 8s and 10s, so he can't dodge anyway. So yeah, he's going to use this to stab, and will stab you for 3 killing in hit location 5, which is your other arm.
Okay. This is my other arm.
So that should be 2 killing on your right arm.
Yeah.
So he gets a good gash in. I assume you're going to lose the die from your 1s.
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3 killing to his noggin, which is also not armored, like yours.
Mm-hmm.
As you don't hit him with the flat of your blade, you slash him across the temple, probably take a tiny chunk out of his ear. It's a head wound, so it's very bloody. So he screams
probably down across his cheek.
Yeah.
Ah! I see you did not bring your question-asking weapon.
Ooh.
No.
So because he did this on you, I know the rules for knockout very easily. Knockout is just you do a cold shot to the head, but instead of doing killing damage, you do shock.
Okay.
He has 1 box left in his head, I think. Let me double check. Is he leather hard?
That's 2 CE drops so far.
Fuck you.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, you know what? I will.
Carver is leather hard, so he actually has an extra hitbox in his head. So he's only halfway done. Well, a little over half, but he's got 2 boxes left. But if you did successfully hit his head with a knockout blow, that would probably do him in. And then you do 3 killing, which becomes 2 killing to his torso. So he's got 2 killing in each arm, 2 killing in his torso, and 3 killing in his head. Yeah, new round. Also, I'm going to say for the sake of argument, normally you only remove 1 on per attack unless you have like martial techniques. There's only 1 guy left in the group. I'm just going to say that Kefis, sucker punches one of those guys. His buddy turns around. Kefis just gets him with like a palm strike to the jaw, and that guy just goes flops over onto the bar. So unworthies are out. At sense 2, Steve Schumann is going to come up from the bottom of the bar with his musketoon, which is a musket with a blunderbuss barrel, and attempt to be like, "Oi, get out of my bar." Kefis is going to attempt to roll coordination plus grappling to take that from him. Is disarm a... Yeah, disarm is a specific... Yeah, so he's just going to attempt to grab the gun out of his hand. Carver is going to just, fuck, shit, fuck. Like blood pouring down his face. He's got a bloody gash across his torso. His grip on his knife is getting slippery. He's going to full defense declare dodge and try and stumble his way towards the back room.
Okay.
And now you declare, Konrad.
Yeah, I will try and do a knockout blow.
Okay.
With the flat.
And I assume you're going to use
sword.
your free movement to try and keep up with it, Carver?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not getting away. I have questions.
So that is officially a called shot to head, so
yeah.
You'd lose your expert die, but you set a die to 10 anyway.
Okay.
All right. Fine.
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
Oh, I typed exclamation point. Poi, not Polly. Forgot the L.
Oi.
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 Ah, dicks. Okay, this does not get the grapple off.
Well, I did not get the called shot either.
Oh, yeah, you need 10.
This is the issue with called shotting. I'll roll the full dodge to see if it mattered. Yeah, no. He wouldn't have mattered anyway. He got 6s. So, not like I said, not really limping because you haven't hit his
Legs.
Yeah, his legs at all, but like kind of like drunkenly stumbling, shoving tables and chairs out of his way, dripping blood everywhere. Carver manages to stumble, and you have a couple of opportunities where you could have like taken an attack of opportunity to like poke him in the arm or something, but or like slash his back, but you're trying to like smack him with the flat of the blade, so you can't quite connect as he's kind of like rolling and weaving.
Konrad currently has 11 killing on him.
Yeah, it's gonna take forever to heal, ain't it?
A little, though. I think Konrad was talking. You may have bought some points in one of the esoterics of self-healing.
That doesn't apply to any killing at all.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, because you bought
have
the
to wait for it to
yoga
get
stuff
to
that does
to-
great for shock.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we got.
It might do some of it like later on, like at 4 or 5, but I only have like 1 rank
Okay, yeah,
right
so
now.
you're not
So
far enough. Yeah.
Oh, when you get back, you can drink a healing potion and then drink another one tomorrow.
Well, he's gonna be coming back, super fucking bloody.
Also, we don't have any healing potions on stock. I didn't make any.
Yeah, but it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
literally.
I know. I'm gonna have to do a medicine check on Mister.
Probably, yeah. No, it's just
We'll see.
no, it's just one of
We'll
those
see
things
about
of like how easily could he hide that he has 11 killing damage. I'm probably like, probably not that well.
From you guys at home, not very well. No.
No,
On the
yeah,
street
I
in a
was-
dark cloak, he can probably get away with it. Especially
get
if
back
somebody
home
I
is-
was
is
because
bleeding.
Conrad, I assume Conrad missed dinner, correct?
Yes.
No, we're actually at about the dinner hour.
Well,
like now.
I guess we haven't got dinner yet.
Conrad is currently in the process of missing dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, no. If he misses dinner,
Very
Nicola
badly.
is going to wait up for him.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens after this about where exactly we're going. Yeah. So Kefis like tries to grapple the gun and turns it into like a punch, but ends up just punching the like side of the musketoon. Kind of winces and goes ah. He kind of like turns to like see what Comrade's doing. Like I feel like Kefis wants to joke, like make a gesture, like I want to switch. But you can choose to interpret that however you want, Wargman.
Warg.
Yeah, I think we're in declaration. Yeah, Human is probably wrestling back and forth with Kefis for the gun right now. He can't really bring it to bear. So, let's see. Carver made 15. He probably needs another free move to get into the back room. So yeah, he's gonna try and move again.
Statistically speaking, you should get a 10 on this roll. Statistically speaking.
Yeah. So, what you you're the same sense order as Kefis. So what we're doing?
I'll deal with the gun.
All right. Kefis is rabbity, so he's going to sprint across the room, and he's just going to, because he's unarmed anyway, he's just going to called shot head.
Rabbit punch! Actually, I think it probably is a rabbit punch.
Basically, yeah.
And I will. Would it be fight to just grapple the gun away? Fight to do it?
You just want to wrestle. You can try and make a disarm maneuver, which is, if you want to specifically like knock the gun out of his hand, that is fight or grappling, I think. Actually, it can be anything. You can disarm with a weapon too.
True.
It feels better for you.
In that case, I'll use my sword to disarm.
Okay.
And not the way you're thinking.
No, but you do have to pick 5 or 6, the hand holding the weapon.
Okay.
All right. Now he whiffs.
All right, so that'd be 3 5s then for the disarm.
So he would duck the punch, but so you got 3 width? Yeah.
Yep.
and you got the 5s. So you knock the gun out of his hands. It flies 5 feet away, sliding across the floor. And you do a point of shock to his hand as Schumann goes, "Hi! Oh, you."
I just kind of point the sword brief at him. Don't pick it up. You don't use one of those on another person.
I think that last bit, he just kind of like becomes confused. Because that is, well, we haven't talked about that one. That is definitely a more
noble thing.
Yeah, a nobles and Norlon especially type trick.
Yeah.
Though, admittedly, like we've talked about, like pike and shot tactics are very like loosey goosey. You haven't had like a massed formation of against guys in a while. But yeah. Let's see. So, trying to think. Kevs can pretty easily outpace and maneuver in front of Carver, so he hasn't actually hit him yet, but I think without needing to like declare an action, Kevs can basically block the back door. So Carver will have to attempt to stab him to get him out of the way. They'll declare a multi-action dodge. Let's see. Kevs was probably thinking about diving for the gun because he's pretty good at using those, but since Wargman made that comment, he's debating the efficacy of, you know, using it as a threat. So he's probably just going to declare punch and dodge.
Hi.
I'm gonna type peer. So yeah, Konrad, what is your declare?
3.1 Fortnite. I will pretty much come up behind Carver. He's still within range, right?
Yeah.
Of my okay,
He said
and
he
I'll
would probably be stopped at the back door.
I'll try a knockout blow again.
All right. Let's roll. Kefis. Nothing, man. Poor kid.
Wasn't it a called shot head?
No, he just said he's going to punch and dodge. He's not trying to called shot.
Oh, okay.
He's distracting right now. Well, there's a
Okay,
10,
good.
so-
There's a 10 at least. Phew.
Yeah. Do you have anything to make yourself go faster? No, probably not.
No, not with this.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna, because I rolled his dodge and strike. I think Carver's gonna have to use his 210s to dodge. Let me actually double check the rules on dodge. You have to be able to move, but I don't remember if you have to get out of the way. Dodge pulls, you get successes. You can either dive for cover, or simply move your body parts so they aren't where they are. Can't defend anyone else by dodging. Gobble dice. You need to have enough width. You need to have enough height. Yeah, so his 210s, he can, like, sees you coming up behind and just whips his head out of the way. It does mean he gets to use his 2/8 to shiv Kefis Verity a little. What's a little 2 killing damage among friends? Kefis kind of winces and is like, all right, you, I need you to stop doing that. It's very unpleasant. I think Kefis is going to go for just a restrain roll now. He's just going to try and grab Carver's arms and just be like, stop that. Stop it. Stop doing that. Carver will once again attempt to dodge and stab. Take and spank.
I will try both I guess 2 attacks, 1 knockout, 1 then that'd be double called shot though.
Yeah, you be careful with multiple called shots. You're gonna lose a lot of dice.
Yeah, I'll do another knockout blow.
Okay. Let's try the restrain roll. Oh, 2 10s. Whoop. Try to type exclamation point 7d10. All right. Well, if you can make the 10s, he is cooked.
Yay! 3 10s.
Yep.
I bonk him.
Yeah. So
that doesn't
yeah,
kill him, but yeah,
it
let's
happens just like we said. Yeah, you do end up turning one of those killing to shock because of the overlap, but it's fine. Or one of those shock to killing because of the overlap, but it's fine. He's not deceased. He has, like I said, he's got leather heart. So like I said, Kevis just grabs him by the wrists, which are slippery with blood, and it's like, stop that! And then just clang, you smack him like, just bring the whole weight of your arm with the flat of the blade on the top of Carver's head, and just stars, cartoon birds, alarm clocks. He flops to the floor. Kevis will then, let his arms drop, which does mean Carver does unceremoniously flop to the floor. He scoops up the musketoon from the floor, waves it vaguely at the remaining guys scrambling out of the bar, and the barman, and says, "Barman, I think you're closed for the night. Don't go anywhere. My friend might be upset with you. Now, where do you keep your ill-gotten gains?" What are you talking about, man?
About the
Kevin's just kind of
smuggling. All things have pointed to your bar. Now tell us.
He kind of holds his hand. He's like, all right, is it? Not my choice. He's in the basement. And so his buddy New Street Boys has got the idea. I think I'll kip off.
Do that.
He pulls out a pipe and lights it, and he's like, "Oh, the missus is gonna have it for you tonight, Steve Schumann." All right. So, you're told to just go into the back end of the basement.
All right, let's go check that out.
Maybe Kevis can treat you.
Drag Carver unconscious with you, I assume.
Yeah.
Uh,
Drag him and unceremoniously down the stairs, head thumping.
Clunk, clunk,
Thump,
clunk,
thump,
clunk.
thump.
Oh, he's gonna have a hell of a headache when he wakes up. Let's see. You hit 3 guys with your sword, right? 3 unworthies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are expired. Kevis will probably throw them behind the bar, stand up the 2 guys he knocked out in a booth, and tie their hands together with some dirty rope, and join you downstairs in the lantern in a second. Which also, since Axe did bring it up, he can attempt to give you a.
So you lose your other arm again.
Well, you need to recover killing damage. You need a full day of rest to convert. But he can probably get you a sling and make sure that you're not bleeding everywhere. What is your total heal pool? Very good. Very good. All right.
It's definitely eyeing his left arm. He's like, shit. It's going to be difficult to hide.
10. 4s at least. Damage.
It is for his left arm.
Again, that's not how healing works.
Sorry.
Nope.
Comrade doesn't have any shock damage.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
actually, that is correct, right? Comrade doesn't have any shock damage.
Oh, no, I have two shock to the head.
All right, you got smacked. Well, he can take care of that. Heal a number of shock damage equal to points of width.
Okay.
Yeah. And doesn't like a rest in the day. Healer can attempt. Any success converts killing the shock. Yeah, so you need the day of rest to convert it. But he can like I said, he can like
I'm assuming
wrap
that we
a bandage
also
around the temple.
Yeah. I assume also they at least put some like cloth over the wounds so they're not like just like gushing everywhere.
Yeah. He can really quickly staunch your bleeding. He like reaches into a pocket of his coat and comes out with like some basic ointment, and he mutters under his breath, "Not as good as alchemy is stock, but we know a few things."
Still appreciated.
I'm like double appreciated that Kevin's decided to force himself along on this journey. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I overestimated them a little bit, so.
Yeah.
You were doing pretty good until you baited Carver into the fight.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you mean you underestimated them?
I guess if you beat the Adwerbies first and then
True.
fought Carver, you'd
I think
probably
he
be
means
okay.
he overestimated himself.
Ah,
Either way, yeah.
Estimations
Anyway.
were incorrect. I took a calculated risk, but man, I'm bad at math.
and make it
But
beat
yeah,
you
no,
to
he
it.
can heal shock in your head and like rig you a sling for your arm, so it's not
Okay.
just like hanging limp and stuff. So let me find the spot. here in
Clearly,
my
you
notes.
had 2 vigors of training match at the Star Club. Clearly.
Clearly.
You just start bringing healing potions in just in
yes,
case.
the bone deep knife wound that did like
Yeah.
4 killing and 1 shock to his arm.
So that's the
weird.
unfortunate part. Nicola may not have any empathy, but I have hella scrutinize.
He can forensic pathology the shit out of this.
I just imagine I smell blood. A minute later, Connor walks in.
Konrad, what
Honestly,
did you do?
I hope for future Wargman things, you like start getting Nicola posts.
And we'll see.
This
Sadly, I
assumes
think,
he is ever getting out of his room again.
Actually, that's a good question. How many?
You can't keep me there.
Did Conrad already burn through his healing potions because he got bit by dogs?
I believe I already used the one that I had for the melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there were some of the NPCs who didn't use theirs, but that would mean we'd have to remember who got
Yeah,
what role.
the 3
so.
PCs used theirs. The NPCs did not. So I do have 3 healing
But
potions.
so, do you want to try and search the place first, or wake Carver up?
Search the place first. Probably easier than
Okay.
waking up Carver at this point.
Roll scrutinize. You don't have any difficulty or anything because, like I said, Kefis brings a lantern down.
Okay.
And if you need assistance on this, I can have Kefis roll scrutinize as well. He has a master die in that, so he will make a set for exposition to happen.
There's 2 7s.
All right, so you're searching the back rooms of the Gilly Green. First of all, you do find some odd things. There's a lot of things you think of are clearly stolen or, smuggled goods. Like, in terms of like stolen stuff, there's you check out the cellar basement. They've got loaves of fresh bread and like salted fish, which are even in your punch drunk bloody state, you're like, this is Hightown bread and fish. What's this doing in a horrible dingy dive like the Gilly Green? There are some bolts of like medium quality cloth and cuts of leather. Again, not like upper class shit like what you would be buying or ordering, but like definitely middle class merchant quality gear. There's also a couple sacks of like high quality white flour and stuff. You do find some things that are clearly stolen. There's like a couple of carpets or rugs rolled up. There's some like glass beads and marbles. There's some sewing needles which are made from like little trimmed bits of gold or bronze wire. The big thing that are mechanically meaningful is there is a small case of probably 2 or 3 bottles of Ferretti brandy here. You don't need to roll anything with your successful scrutinize, Conrad. You've done a little bit of back reading about smuggling. This case does not have any of the wax stamps or seals that would mean it has been appropriately taxed and tariffed.
Well, that's no good.
So, like, there's no way legally this came from Forrester and was sold in Crown. But is pretty high value. The case itself is probably worth wealth 3 to the right buyer. There's also a next to a pile of ledgers, which we'll talk about in a second.
All right, just 1 second.
Yep. There's dramatic music in the background. I want to make a joke about Konrad just, pulling the cork out with his teeth and slugging back one of the bottles.
I think hard brandy would negate shock damage.
Sorry, punch my arm. Feisty, it's getting in my way.
Sorry about that. Spilt some water. Couldn't reach the towels.
No, the blood, it goes everywhere.
So, like I said, with some ledgers that we'll talk about in a second, you also find a small, wooden lockbox that's not very well locked. In there, that's got about 100 golden marks.
Jeez.
The equivalent of about wealth 3 in pure coin. Clearly, this is the entire stockpile of money that this gang owns.
Go throw it in the streets.
Konrad invents that one move from Assassin's Creed where you just throw money on the ground.
That or he finds a food bank and gives it here. Fuck.
So yeah, there's a little bit of loot in here. You also find that, like I said, the basement of this place is set up to do stills. It smells like fermenting alcohol down here. They look like they're producing their own very shitty rum from molasses stalks and what we would know as moonshine, a clear unaged whiskey, so really low quality shit. And actually, I probably should have given a dice for this, but Kevis probably stands over by. There's a desk that looks like a small setup of a little apothecary lab. There's several half-filled bottles which are labeled laudanum, which is opium solution.
Yeah.
Opium poppy distilled in alcohol with a couple of other reagents. Looks like there's some kits for making opium pills from a mixture of the poppy, saffron, nutmeg, etc. While this is functional, it does look like there's definitely not enough stuff here to run a shop, and the Gilly Green in no way should be a medicine shop. The basement, by the way, smells awful. You can smell, like I said, fermenting alcohol and castor oil, turpentine, etc. One of the things you would make elixirs and snake oil out of is beef fat. So it's not great down here, but Kephis can at least pick up a couple of these bottles and be this is sterile. Soaks it in bandage. He holds up one of the half-full bottles of laudanum and says, "If your shoulder hurts too much to talk, you can take a sip of this. But if you want to keep clear-headed, I would recommend against it. Nasty stuff if you're not careful."
I think it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to...
Oh no, yes, it's flammable as shit. So I've tried not to telegraph too hard. So I'm reasonably certain that nobody in the party put any points in language thieves can't.
That was an option. Question. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. No.
Honestly, yes, it probably was an option, and I thought about it, but
I didn't. Like I said, I didn't want to telegraph, so I didn't forewarn anybody. But I'm pretty sure that means nobody took it.
Nope.
Nah,
because I don't think we asked about it.
I've only been putting points in languages Leslok would have a reason to know.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, Konrad, you can't make heads or tails of their ledgers.
But you can't take them with you.
The handwriting is dog shit, and it's written in a weird rhyming code that you don't get. But clearly, like, they're there, they're real. So
I
you can put them in
will
your pocket.
say that Enos does have espionage, which I do believe covers some code breaking. But
Yeah, if Konrad knows that about Inos, he would know that Inos is probably the guy you would take coded communiques to get cracked.
I think we have to become your support team.
No, somebody.
well,
has
it's,
to do
well, it's up
support.
to Konrad. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
is
it
an
is.
option.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that
we'll
is what
see.
you find in total in the basement of the Gilly Green. They've got, like I said, a bootleg still and a bootleg snake oil lab. They've got pockets of stolen good. There's, the case of brandy, which is worth some real money, and there's about 100, golden marks in raw cash down here. What's Conrad's wealth score, by the way?
3.
Okay, so it's the same. So technically, I think you could go up to wealth 4 if you sold the brandy to somebody. I don't know if just pocketing the coins gets you enough to go up a wealth level. I'd have to double check.
I think you have
Yeah,
to. I think you have to find something at wealth 4 to bring yourself up. Just getting stuff at your wealth doesn't do it. I believe.
I mean, technically, wealth 4 is double of wealth 3, so I guess it depends on like how you'd work on the actual amount of coins it is.
We don't actually do that part.
No.
It's all abstraction.
All right. Well, we can't make anything into ledgers right now, so let's see if Mr. Carver is going to be talkative.
Well, in that case, I think Kefis goes for, he pulls out a handkerchief. He's gonna pour some of the laudanum into a bandage and dab it on his wounds. Probably splash some on his face. I'll have him make the healing roll. I assume that you're gonna go, full Batman here. Chair, ropes, etc.
Yes.
Where's my sword at?
Not
Also,
not quite to the point of hanging him upside down, but
No.
You also probably want to tie his legs too.
Yeah, time to the chair.
You can go that far if you want, but yeah, I think just hand tie behind his back in a chair will do. All right, Kefis rolls good enough to rouse him and probably bandages him up enough to get the blood out of his eyes and mouth so he can speak properly. But Carver's just kind of oh, shit. Well, wasn't sure I was gonna wake up from that one. Cool, my head's fucking killing me. You kind of
Yes, well, that's what happens. Now, I have some questions for you, remember?
no.
9 hells.
Fuck. I thought you was just a bad beer dream, son.
No, I'm afraid not. Do you recognize where you are right now?
Yeah, I'm in my own fucking basement. What's it to you?
So we can see what's been going on here. Now, I'm interested in more the thievery and stolen goods than the actual what you're making here. Particularly who you're taking them to.
He kind of grumbles and wiggles his eyebrows and kind of thinks about it. Go ahead and make me an intimidate roll, I guess, to try and get it out of him.
Okay.
And if for some ungodly reason this doesn't work, I'll have Kefis be good cop.
Nope. You got it.
Wait.
Thanks. He just kind of spits out a mouthful of blood and he says, all right. Go. Persistent little. Well, big fucker, aren't you? All right. Me and the boys are just the muscle, Someone wants some boxes moved. They want a place to hide them that's cool and dark and nobody will definitely search. Nah. Kind of rolls his tongue kind of fat in his mouth a second. We get paid. the big one who wants our best stuff. Don't know her real name. He kind of like nods up at Conrad and says, clearly she goes to the same fucking store as you, but the only name I know her by is Madame Faline. When she comes in here, she's all cloaks and hoods and robes and wears a fucking mask over her face. She's a gentlewoman, or at least knows her letters and manners. Carries a rapier. I think she's got a Milanese accent. Maybe Islas. But it's been a long time since I've been to the Islas. Had a fight with a man over a fish. Can't go back no more. Kind of punch-drunk chuckles. It was a real big fish, though. It hurts to laugh. Oh.
Is it just that sort of stuff that you provide for her? You haven't found anything really nice and sold it off to her? Maybe something that, think back. A couple years, maybe even.
He kind of like tries to cock his head, but has to turn it into kind of a shake, as he, gets some blood dripping down his cheek. And he's like, well, we don't really go in nice things, A couple of laundresses, pocket change, pinch a nice round of cloth here, or a sack of flour that comes off a boat. But if you're looking for nice things, that's the kind her and her crew roll in. I've had some boys follow her sometime. She disappears up in the Fancy Pants Celestial District. I've tried to get her to pay the boys to secure some shipments, but I think she's got her own crew who are more trustworthy than us. The nicest we ever did is some of that, he gestures over at the apothecary's side, some of that snake oil and rock gut. But that goes through old, kind of pauses for a second, kind of looks up at you, clearly decides that he's more scared of you than the guy he's about to dob out. That goes to old Todros the apothecary. Runs a stupid fucking shop in the Iron District. He says he went to the alchemical college, but I'm not so sure. If he was so fancy pants, why is he making snake oil in my basement? But he works with Madame Faline times. He might know about moving fancier cargo. We just
do you know when he was going to plan to be by his workshop next?
I think he was due for a shipment in the next couple of days, but there's a couple of boys having dinner upstairs. They'll probably have, started telling anyone who will listen about the wolf-headed man punching up the old Gilly Green. So you might have to go calling him yourself.
Oh, I will. You can trust me.
Good fucking
I'll pat his arm right on one of its wounds.
You're a mean son of a bitch, aren't you?
Yeah, I have reason to be.
Yeah, I'm sure we all got reasons.
Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you.
That's great.
I'll just leave you here. Maybe the fumes will do you in.
Well, let's hope old Steve comes back sometime. Oh, shit.
I think he went to go see his wife, last thing he said.
Oh, what a pisser Steve is. God damn.
You could feel the anger behind that one, because that pee was very...
Tried my best. This guy's tied to
very
a chair. He's been clobbered with a sword a couple of times. He's not having a great day.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I think I need to get out of this goddamn town. Maybe I'll go see if that guy in the islands has another fish.
Well, we'll see. If luck has it, you'll get out of here before the guards show up. And at that point, I think I'll probably just walk out of the basement, leaving him there tied up.
Yeah.
I gotta take the ledgers.
For the extra, yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
Tell me rather if anything you're leaving behind. If you.
leaving behind like all the drug and the workshop stuff, I'm going to take the cases of liquor. I'm going to move as much of the stolen goods that I can find and kind of put them in a spot up near the top of the stairs.
Okay, yeah. You can throw a couple of sacks of flour in some of the cloths
And like
bolts of cloth and stuff.
put it there where, it'll be easily found when the guards show up or something like that. So
Yeah. So I think for the extra pain in the ass, Kefis was mostly quiet in this, just kind of like, daubs his scarf where his, stab wound is, holds up the half-filled bottle of laudanum, sets it on the floor, like, just out of reach of where Carver's tied up, and says, "Hi." And, goes to help you roll some stuff up the stairs.
And we will take the ledgers and stuff, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you were fast and scary enough that now it's definitely like in twilight, like the red and yellow starting to bleed out of the sky and kind of turn that blue before it becomes full dark. You did it fast enough that nobody has showed up right away. So what is your plan leaving here?
The plan is Konrad's probably going to head back to the club. He'll probably ask Kefis if he can deliver the ledgers to Stonehearth and maybe get Nicola to bring him back to the club.
Yes, I think that can be handled.
The other thing I was thinking of doing is like giving a few coins to a local urchin to get the guards quicker and have them come to the Gilly Green. So,
yeah, that can easily be arranged. Like I said, you've got literal free pocket money. Throw a couple shiny coins around. Yeah. All right, so you like I said, you're bandaged up and slung up, so you're not dripping blood everywhere. You're wearing dark clothing, so you can hide it. So, yes. So this means all of you have dinner. You can dine together or individually. Comrade does not join you.
Nicola is probably thinks Konrad is just staying out late for social engagement, so he is going to make sure to make up a nice, healthy plate for him.
Inos does not join you all for supper, but that is because he is mad scientisting in his workshop.
I could probably hear you chanting through the door.
I feel like Nicola goes to knock on Inos' door, hears like some chanting and maybe an explosion, and just goes, "No, I'm gone. I'm good."
Why do I hear organ music?
Sadly, with that meme I
Building an
posted,
organ.
with that meme I posted, all I can think of is you just go near the door, you just hear "Wololo."
No, that's when you recruit some guys. But so after dinner, Nicola makes sure a plate is made up and you do the thing with the glass cover to keep it. Yeah. There's a knock upon your door. Probably goes to it would go to Leslok first. One of the doormen says, "Your lordship, one Lord Kefis Verzi is here to see you, and he has requested the presence of the physician, Dr. Gridarvol, sir."
Yes. Okay. Is he saying this just to Axe?
Depends on where Nicola is. You might also hear this, but he would go to the Marquess first.
Your lordship, gunnery is flooding again.
Bring him in. I'll beat him in the forehead.
Of course, sir. So, hey, Nicola.
I'm just imagining the fucking butler from Casto dance.
I'm an old-fashioned butler, sir.
What does the kitty say? Very good. I love Casto.
Listen, I only got so many.
That's such an underrated movie.
It really is.
It is.
It's that and Atlantis are like the two big underrated ones.
So
Anyway,
you
sorry.
catch him in your kind of your front room. So I would like Leslok and Nicola to roll scrutinize.
Oh, scrutinize. Okay, yes.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say empathy. I'm like, oh.
No, we're not going to do that. I mean, technically, it probably maybe should also be sight, but I think scrutinize works because we're looking for small details. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
also
fucking
3
Christ.
8s.
The boys are
But
cooking.
4 10s, I mean, I can't even compete with that.
You still got 3 8s. It's still pretty good.
It's not 4
Yeah,
10s
no.
good.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I've spent 4 skill points in
both of you
scrutinize.
realize Kefis is he's like de-shabified himself. He's wearing like a nicer overcoat, and he's back to his regular spectacles, but like you can immediately tell
How
Nicola
raw is his
especially-
nipples?
no, yeah, he has bruised knuckles, like even though he was wearing like woolen gloves, he's got like bruised knuckles. He's carrying like a pair of like shabby, crappy, journals or books under one arm. You notice he's got when he's coming in. And like Nicola can instantly tell, and probably Leslok after a couple seconds of scrutinizing, that he's like favoring his like right side there, where like again you can't see under the new overcoat, but he's got like clearly got like a stitch or something in his side. There's like a couple of flecks of like blood on his scarf where he was like dabbing and stuff, and he looks a little winded, so like clearly looks like he's been in a little bit of a fight, and like I said, he's carrying a weird pair of books.
Kefis, who did you fight for the...
Kefis hasn't been disnamed heir yet, right?
No, yes, he is still Lord Verity, heir of the house.
Nicola would just go, Lord Verity, good heavens, what happened?
Yeah, and then Leslok makes this joke. Who did you fight for those books? And he's like, it's a long story. We'll probably talk about it. I was told to deliver these here. Sets him down on a table, and to ask in a roundabout way for Nicola to come down to the Atoll Club. Don't worry about me. I'll be all right.
Nicola will put 2 and 2 together.
It's like, who isn't here and why would they ask?
Well, he said the Atoll Club, so that's why I...
Yeah.
Yes, I will go immediately. Leslok, could you fetch the potions from... Aurelia, Aren, and the other one that was fighting? Thorin?
They probably gave the potions back. I don't know if they're just holding
Probably
them.
on your
Honestly,
shelf.
Probably would. What do they keep for like a week?
I think
I don't know.
double check.
That's the problem. Alchemy all has like different keep rates for...
A moment.
It's
things.
all based on like
It
whatever
keeps
it
for about a
is.
week or a month if you store it in a proper container.
Okay, so it is probably... Then I would ask you to go fetch the ones from my room.
Yeah.
And I will start jogging towards the Atoll Club.
I guess I'm going to.
Get the potions first.
Well, if my
Yeah,
lordship
he'll catch
is going, I'll follow along as well.
As Nicola completely forgets about all propriety.
Yeah. He's got.
Well, he has to.
doctoring
Well,
do.
that's the thing. If you're running off to the club, if he wants to bring you the potions, he has to chase after you.
Yeah, so...
No, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, you two will gear up.
Logesh, get your gear on.
Logesh, get your gun.
Nicola is going out in his lounge garments.
The butler probably tries to be like, your doctorship, your coat.
I will put on a coat.
Thank you, sir.
Shouldn't you grab like a medicine bag?
I'll bring
Right.
it. I'll bring
Yes,
that too.
I mean, I think that's what Leslok is doing. Is he's going back to his quarters. Yeah, I think Kappas probably says, "Don't you need a doctor's bag?"
I'm grabbing it
Right.
already.
I keep one in my pockets for special occasions. He does probably while like Leslok getting stuff to, or maybe even to Logesh. He kind of,
Touchy
like,
feely,
holds up
I'm
the two-
doing a healy.
He kind of holds up the 2 like dirty books and says, "So Logesh, where is the most secure place to store these in the house?"
Logus will just take them with me.
You know,
the vault.
that's probably the best way. Logesh, do you want to look at these weird books?
Logesh opens his chest plate, puts them inside.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing.
How
yes.
how are
Just
we
stuffs them into
going
his
to the
breastplate.
club? Via carriage, or are we running there?
I know at some
It'll probably
point.
take you another like 2 or 3 minutes to get the carriage around, but you could easily do that.
I know we mentioned this before.
Either
but
way-
we really should get a personal carriage.
Either way, he'll read it on the way.
Right, we're still
Oh no,
missing.
Nicola is sprinting.
Even
You can probably
if
catch him with a carriage.
yeah,
I'll run him over.
but yeah, Logesh will read it on the way. Even if
Alright,
we
you start-
are like going there on foot.
You start flicking through. You can't read, thieves can't. So you're like, this is coded. Probably would be a lore roll for you to figure out that's what it is.
Law or student of law?
Lore with an LORE.
Okay, it's a good thing I put a point into that.
Yeah.
Or extra point, I
I'm in the
should say.
carriage with you, so like, can I? Actually, no. I should did take that from you.
You can do it later.
Yeah, later.
Every dice,
Wow.
Every dice a pair.
every frame of painting, every dice a pair. Yeah, no.
Like-
You can tell, and your law training probably does come into it there, but like, yeah, this is a semi-common underworld rhyming scheme. You know, you talk about like a couple of different versions of it. And also, you've been reading, you know, spicy novels lately, so like this is
Spicy.
the kind of thing that likes to appear in like, you know, pulpy genre fiction
Yeah.
as
Young
well.
adult.
So you can't understand it, but you understand like what's going on here is that like there's either like tactical misspellings, there's a lot of use of like aphorisms and metaphors that only a criminal would get, and then a lot of it is like rhymes or slant rhymes or other like code for stuff.
Slam poetry.
So you can definitely pick up that like, oh, this is in Thieves Can't. I can't read Thieves Can't, but I know what Thieves Can't is. So
Mm.
clearly, Kefis Verity must have punched out some thieves or other criminals to get this.
Questions for after we make sure Nicola doesn't fall into a ditch.
Oh yeah. By the way, if Leslok and I are taking a carriage, I will drag Kefis with us.
Oh, Kefis would come back with you. He has to, go back.
Okay,
Also, you
good.
got the books.
Just give a pointed look towards Kefis, like, Questions will
So-
be asked once we figure out what's going on.
I think probably the best place, because I've mentioned it as does work like this. There are like private rooms you can retire to in the club to like take a nap. So I just imagine that Konrad has like closed himself in one of those rooms and is like laying on a
Yeah.
couch. So yeah, so you guys, dramatically carriage into the club, and go up to one of the rooms and Kefis gives the secret knock that you established and open up, and yeah, so Konrad is reclining on the couch there. So what? Where is the damage done to you distributed currently, Konrad?
It is to the left arm and kind of that side of the torso. Several stab wounds, very
Yeah.
deep in some cases.
Yeah.
Plus also
So, like-
one or two over onto the right arm also.
Yay.
Yeah. And you have like a bandage, wrapped around your head as well.
And around
but that
head,
appears to be
yeah.
mostly fixed.
Okay. I'm going to begin doctoring.
Ah, so good to
Immediately.
see you, Nicola. Sip tea.
I was expecting
We
you to
could-
call him Nikki.
We can talk about this later. I need to
My
fix
favorite
you.
part is I'm just picturing Konrad sees Nicola, he's like, oh thank goodness, and then sees Leslok and Logesh, he's like, oh boy.
I think Kefis, closes the door behind all of you.
Close the door. It's fine. I have plenty of tea here for all of us.
Yeah, I will immediately begin treating the wound.
Or you take off some of his
Wounds.
layers.
Well, I think the primary thing you can do right now is just is feed him a healing potion, maybe, because he needs technically, timing-wise on the roll, he needs a day to rest before you can make a
Oh,
healing
I know
roll to fix him.
gameplay-wise, yes, but
Yeah,
I
but
do
you-
need to stitch.
You can double check
him.
the wounds.
Yeah, I do need to stitch and make sure these don't get infected.
Yes.
I will say, looking at them, you probably do want to do some stitching to make sure, like I said, he took like 4. I mean, it was 3 after the armor or whatever, but he took like a lot of killing to the shoulder. There is a like deep, like blade length knife wound in his left shoulder, like all the way to the bone. It's very bad. That's the arm that's slinged up. But
I need
all
to
of his
stitch that.
wounds do appear to be cleaned and staunched, which is why when you say I have to fix you, Kefis kind of says under his breath, "Well, you're much better healed than me if you can fix him in just one sitting." Close and latch the door.
Yeah, I'm going to work on stitching the main wound and dressing all of this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I
Go ahead
know
and make
there's no
me
mechanical
a
reason, but I'm
healing
going to roll
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah. I said go ahead and roll healing for this. Technically, there are like esoterics where you could throw stuff in here, but I don't think you've got those.
I
Let
think
me check.
Yeah, don't you have both the healing ones? Well, you have herbalist
I
one.
do.
There's
They're
3,
different.
actually.
I have the 2 non-magical healing ones.
Yeah, check those.
Yeah, let me.
I also
let
know
me
they-
make sure.
Because there's
just heal swift to any location you choose.
body
So let me
work.
think.
Okay.
Ba,
Hold on.
ba, 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 ba.
Damn it. I know it's just like a small second that Lucky made those noises, but immediately got like a killer stuck in my head.
But yeah,
That's what it sounded like to me.
I assume some of the rest of you may have things you want to say.
I think
not
those
there.
Luck's gotta wait. Just gotta sit down. I think putting the doctor bag next to Nicola.
Mhm.
And I guess put a healing potion next to it. And just I think get to wait a little bit till Konrad is I guess not openly bleeding anymore.
Oh, Logesh would, place the books down on the table and just be like,
Oh, good, you got those.
"So, is there a reason why you and Kefis here have books related to Thieves' Cantery, and you are looking a bit worse for wear?"
Yes. I'm assuming you want to know what those reasons are.
Oh, no, clearly I don't. No, I don't want to find out why my good cousin here is very, very dangerously injured. I wouldn't want to know that at all.
I've been investigating the smuggling that our father was looking into before he was killed.
Oh,
I feel like that's
you mean the
half
same
truth.
kind of? You mean the same kind of smuggling that may or may not have been one of the reasons for his death?
I'm not sure you
Yes.
know about that.
Do I?
I think some of that was discussed.
If
with the
Aren
group,
is
'cause
saying,
I don't think that Leslok, as that half of Leslok and Konrad, was really hiding what they got up to at the old fort.
No,
It's just-
I wasn't.
I think he might be referring to the seance. Is that what you were talking about, Lucky?
yeah, Lucky's referring to the seance.
I
Sounds more
think
about the
the
syndicate.
smuggling ring came up before because you guys have had several all hands on deck team meetings.
Okay.
But it's
Sorry,
the,
I just didn't
general
remember.
the general idea that this is the reason why Logan said may or may not have been the reason, because it is something related to
I literally forgot about
Leothric.
that before.
doing something beforehand. But regardless, it's just
Yes. So I've been investigating that, and due to certain incidents last night, very direct look at Logesh, I decided to step up the pace of my investigations.
Ooh, we're passing the buck.
Pepis, well, I guess he's just more perceptive than all you guys are and knew what I was doing.
Oh, that's
I
a
see.
low blow.
Okay.
Ever some subtle cues.
Books left on the middle. Look over at Leslok. I trust your decision, my lord. And Logesh would leave the room.
All right.
Standing guard outside, but he would do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I assume as such.
Kevin starts pouring some tea. All right, you got some successes. I think the key point is, do you have blessings of the church up to 2, Nicola?
I do not have that discipline at all.
Oh, I thought you did.
So, no, I have natural herbalism and rigorous apothecary.
Oh, that's right.
What's that do in this case?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Herbalism, he could have added a buff to his roll, but it doesn't.
I don't have it up to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually matter.
But I still rolled 3 6s for cinematicness.
You can reach into your bag and pull out some like, a twine and needle to stitch up the knife wound. Make sure it's sealed tight.
So clearly what Konrad's insinuating is that we must constantly know where everyone is all the time and not let anyone have any privacy just in case they're getting up to something strange.
I disagree with this plan.
I just cut out.
Maybe it's a great idea, actually.
When I think when Konrad snuck into like he's just Kefis just protecting you. Yeah, Kefis says like, oh, there was signs to notice if they were there.
I know you were doing something, brother. I'm a bit busy, and I felt you could take care of yourself.
Apparently he can't.
Yeah. Yes, well, they were a little better at stabbing than I thought they would be.
Maybe that means you shouldn't be doing this on your own.
Point of order. Wasn't on his own. Still got a tiny bit stabbed. Just a little bit.
So
I immediately turn
How
on.
many
I
times
immediately
did they
turn on
stab you?
Kefis.
probably at least 6.
Do we want to do this the consensual way, or do I have to restrain you?
Is that to me?
No,
No,
he
it's
said he turned to
Kefis.
Kefis.
Okay.
I am
Kefis kind
doctor
of arches
checking
an
him as
eyebrow
well.
and says, he kind of says like, Doctor, I'm not entirely sure that would go the way you think it is, but
Oh, I will try.
you can take a look.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna give him a medicine check as well, because you cannot medicine check yourself.
Yeah, no. Which is
I
why
think-
he still has 2
how
killing
do
his
I-
torso. As he's got like a slash probably like under one of his arms. So he'll like ditch his coat and strip his shirt sleeves and be like, yeah, there's a gash there.
I feel like this is where Leslok has to like hand one of the potions at the table to Konrad. It's like,
Why is it in red? What?
That
I
probably
would
means
only
it
get
did not
9.
send properly.
I think I would only get 9 for Kefis, because he's
There
not
we
my
go.
family, so...
So Discord was trying to tell me that this was an inappropriate message or something.
Still level 6s.
All right, yeah. You can roll a bandage and stick it, and when he gets a chance to rest, he can switch the shock to killing. But yeah,
Killing to shock?
yes, that thing. I'm still thinking about causing harm, but yes, Conrad's offered one of the healing potions.
The harmacologist.
No, I did not take the super action healing massage where you can accidentally deal 2 shock.
Yeah, that's one of the healing ones. Is body work, and then there's also blessings of the church. If you have that at 2, with just a healing roll, Cruel Mercy can instantly get rid of killing damage, but replace it with twice as much shock damage. Because it's about
I'm considering
staying alive.
cauterizing.
Excuse me.
I mean,
I'm
it makes it
considering
a lot
taking-
faster to heal, but it's also the kind of thing where like you might pass out.
Yeah, I don't think I'd take that actually. It doesn't. The description of the discipline doesn't really fit.
it's more about like making sure people are alive. So just like making sure they're healthy.
It's a discipline founded on teachings of like the church and some like medical surgeons from that end, but it is actually focused on like surgery, for lack of a better term. Like it is about like, oh, this guy is under serious distress. Yeah, we got him. Well, we gotta put him in there.
No. I think I'm good with the way I'm going. But I'll make sure
Let's
both
see
of
if I
them quaff a
did.
healing potion at some point.
Yeah, I did rewrite that slightly to make it
Because it's only
simpler. I'm
one
trying to
healing
remember.
person per day, right? Healing potion per day, right?
Yeah, but he'll
Healing potions
2
per
killing
day.
for each of them at least.
Yeah. Which ones do we want to give them?
I
we
think I
should
said I don't make it matter.
we should give what arm is you killing in?
I mean,
Aren?
I'm killing both arms, but left is the one that's
bad
5.
one.
Left
Yeah.
is
Left
the
one?
bad one.
Okay, then we should give you Thor. We should give you
The
Thor
height
and
doesn't matter
potion.
that way anymore.
He gets
Callus.
he gets
Oh,
to choose.
doesn't?
He gets to choose where it goes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
okay.
it.
Never mind,
It's
then, yeah,
one hit
give me
location of your choosing. I think they're both 2 width is the main thing that matters.
Okay.
So,
hold
Konrad,
on,
you can convert
give me 1
2
sec.
killing wherever you like in your body to shock.
Okay.
Kefis will quaff his and convert the only 2 killing damage he has to shock. That perks you right up.
Ugh.
Kefis takes a second to, start buttoning his shirt back up. All right, well, friends, I see that clearly I have stumbled into a family matter that I can't comment on. However, productively, we should attack the problem slightly more logically. Konrad was doing his own business. While I was aware of some of the things that he was asking, I wasn't quite on to this new note about how a smuggling ring may have been responsible for the death of the late Lord Marshal. I'll have to figure that one out in my notes later. But I did know he was, notice he was, popping in and out of the club and your home at odd hours and various things, asking people interesting questions, that sort of thing. So he wasn't actually alone. I admit I wasn't as helpful as I thought I'd be. But again, that was because of the knives. We should have brought a
I
stick.
still thank you for going with him, regardless.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you.
Kefis. If there's any way I can repay you, I will.
Oh, don't you worry about that, lad. That's just not dying and finding some new interesting things enough for me.
Syndicate.
Not
Though I
dying,
will say
very
the healing potion is probably going to go a long way to not having anybody in my house notice this little
Yes.
diversion. It's a very interesting. It's a very interesting word you just used, Marquess.
Look into that one.
one. Syndicate.
Yes.
Like that.
There's a
one.
lead for you.
Pulls out a
I wish I had like a Nicola or like an Enos alarm of like.
you just need to. Your boss already has sending away. Just get him a couple of mirrored rocks. Just
I
2
don't have
identical
send-
rocks. Have them cast. So you can.
I am
speak
1
through
XP away from sending it, but I will get it if we have to.
Well, no, it's just a joke
thought you
because I think
already
it
got
is
something.
around this time that Inos would probably be done and take steps out to get some food and a break, and it's just like, where is everyone? Where
Quiet.
did everyone go?
And they went to the
Too
clubs.
There's not even any snoring.
I mean, actually, no. Like all of your debutantes and others are in. Basically, what happened? I mean, they might be mildly concerned, but enough of you went to go along. But basically, as far as anybody knows, Kefis Verity called, and then
Everyone just bounced.
Pretty sure Aurelia could probably tell you what was happening. I'm sure she was listening in or watching or something.
She does that, yes.
I mean, at the very least, I think Aurelia could figure out 2 and 2. Nicola and the Marquess went in a rush, and Konrad's not here. Because I think there was some conversation had between Konrad and Aurelia earlier that I think she figured out that you're doing something off by yourself.
Yeah, I think it was like, yes, I'm doing stuff. You're doing stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Referring to the magic she has.
Yeah. We're all doing stuff. All right. But yes, so healing potions are quaffed. Yes. So like I said,
We can head back.
Kefis flash pulls out a notepad and a little charcoal pencil and starts down. I do believe that your Cavalier, your lordship, mentioned that these books are coded in thieves' cant. Don't know it myself. It's going to be an awkward one to figure out how to study. I don't think we have books on that in the Astrologium. Collegium.
I might be able to decipher it, so I guess how long it takes for her to stay here.
Well, they don't need to stay here. But also, I think actually that was a question. I don't remember. Logesh, should you like put them back down, or did you just show that you're still carrying them?
Actually, you know what? I think Logesh would actually have taken them with him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think you said you put them down, so also we'd have to go get Logesh.
I did actually say he put them down, but I think he would
I
actually
wasn't sure.
pick them back up and take them with him outside.
Yes. So, but for now, we should recap what we know.
Yes.
This was
Do
your
enlighten me.
lead, Sir Konrad. So,
Well, previous
Nicola's gonna pull up some
investigations
parchments.
into certain things that happened around our father's death led me to investigate a gang called the New Street Boys. And they were being led by a very, well, not very, but someone we might have recognized. He goes by the name Carver.
Oh, that one from the bar 3 years ago.
Yes,
Your memory. Have I ever told you how much your memory is freaky?
that is a little freaky.
You do have the ability just to remember everything.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I have for certain
Yeah.
things. For things I'm looking at, I have to roll to like permanize it. But for documents, I just know them.
yeah.
I just don't know when he started with that, when he started doing that. So, and that was like almost one of the first sessions. So,
I don't think he technically had started Eyes of Flame by session 1, but it's funnier this way.
He just does it.
well,
I don't think I forget. I don't think Leslok has forgotten that festival for a lot of reasons.
from what I learned at the fort, the smuggling seems to lead to the syndicate. And I decided to start from the bottom up by going low and finding out who their suppliers were and such. For the past couple nights, I've been terrorizing them so that they would not be as many of them in the bar when I came a knocking.
Yes, that one would have gone very poorly.
Yes. Then didn't happen that way. So, we got to do a scuffle there, and, well, I never fought Carver the first time, so I was not aware he was quite so good at stabbing. Or his lads, for that matter, but
I think his lads were normal at stabbing. He was pretty good, though.
well, I had to kill several of his lads, and others were gotten knocked out. And then we dealt with Carver. And then we went down and we found those ledgers in the basement, along with very crude distillery and apothecary stuff for drugs, it seems like.
Yeah, Kevis can flick through his notebook and can read off probably to Nicola if he cares to know what their operation was.
No. Have you already told us?
I'm telling you just now.
Because I don't think Nicola would care about what exactly their operation was.
Right.
Because it's. Did you find out how they were connected with the? Did he say the syndicate out loud?
Yes.
Yes.
Leslok
Okay,
and
then
Konrad have both said Syndicate outright.
Did you find out how they were connected with the syndicate?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So we got two names out of Carver when he woke up from his head wound. And he was intelligent enough to reveal some information. The person that he was selling a lot of his stolen goods and stuff to was an individual by the name of Madame Falaine.
I keep wanting to say Madame Cavendish every single fucking time. God damn it.
She
Oddly specific.
I will relay the traits. Like she's always was very close. She was wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Seemed like she was perhaps a noble, or at least noble adjacent.
At least educated, from what I remember.
And what Kefis can report, because he's jotted everything down in his notebook, is probably something to the effect of like, described her as knowing her letters and.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
Oh, you cut
Oh,
out.
no, you're fine. Okay, good.
Is it like
You
your
cut out.
letters and then what?
Sorry. Yes. No. Letters and manners.
I'm just glad that wasn't me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I guess I just cut out for a second. I didn't.
I thought
Nothing
it was
sounded
me.
wrong on my end, so
I was like,
I thought it was me for a moment too. It's like, wait, is it over there?
I was just kind of like, oh, there was an awkward pause after that, and then you guys were all concerned. Yeah. No. Like I said, the specific phrase used was knows her letters and manners. So
Okay.
Presumably knows how to read and write and knows how to speak with noble braces anyway.
Also, the district that she was up towards, but which is
Yes,
the gold.
Carver said that his boys
no,
followed her as far up as the Celestial District, which is the upper part of town where noble residences are.
Yeah. The other individual was apparently the person using that alchemy station, a fellow by the name of Todoros the Apothecary. Apparently Carver said that he had attended the alchemical college, but he was a bit unsure of that, given where he was working. Apparently he also had relations with Madame Falain and sold his drugs and
Does
alchemy.
the name Todoros ring a bell?
No, I won't make you roll. If he did attend the college, it was not at any of the same years as you.
Yeah, gee.
Makes one of a license
and-
do more.
He's definitely not, famous enough.
Then after that, we moved a bunch of the stolen goods up to the top floor where the guards would be able to find them, and left Carver tied up in the basement. I also sent a urchin to go get the guards.
And what did you do with the bodies?
Put them behind the bar.
Left them there.
Couple of
Is
them
there
only knocked
anything tying you to this?
Well, I was dressed like this, and I had a mask on.
Okay.
Where's the bag? I have to ask, like, where'd you put the mask on? Is it like out of your bags?
It's right, and I uncover it. It wasn't immediately visible.
Do
you
I
guys
see
came
the
in?
rapier at your hip? Or the cavalry saber, rather?
Hey, I
yeah,
don't think he's
it'll be-
wearing it on his hip as he's reclining on a couch, but yeah, he's probably got his sword belt around.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over in another location.
Well, hopefully none of the members recognized you. Because while I'm sure no one will miss them, this is still technically extrajudicial.
Strictly speaking, Kefis, raises a finger. It was self-defense. It is definitely not appropriate to attempt to throw out, well, any citizen, but especially a young gentleman from an establishment with knife point first. We could
so they
discuss
struck
with a
first.
Justicar whether or not it was, appropriate for young Sir Conrad to enter
I prefer it
wearing a
wouldn't get
spooky
to that
mask.
level.
But,
Hopefully
yes,
it will
was
never
not...
come to that. Cousin, I'm not going to admonish you for your extracurricular activities. I feel it would be hypocritical to judge you for what you do on your own time. However, I must say, why did you not tell any of us that you were going to do something dangerous?
Because I was pretty sure I could deal with it. I was clearly mistaken on some level.
Just imagining the hand gestures. Clearly, I was wrong.
I'm going...
Ow, my bones.
Also, I'm not sure any of you would have wanted to go down there with me.
I don't mean to take us with you. I know very well that I would not be very useful in that kind of a fight, particularly in a subtle manner. I just mean to know where you had gone in case something had gone wrong.
Yes.
So you
It's
might
just
like.
I'm just worried for your safety, as I am everyone in this house.
I also think you'd probably like the potion I drank during the melee. That probably would have made the knife
Anyway,
wounds not hurt as much.
This is not in character. Anyway, God, do you have some laudanum left? I really need something right now.
Here, have some tea.
I don't actually say that, but
Big sip.
I will be more forthcoming in the future when I go out and plan to
Vigilante in the night.
put on the mask again.
that's all I.
Probably won't be doing it tomorrow night.
No, you.
I should hope
You
not.
are no
You need at
state.
least 3 days of bed rest. Not the full day, but you know what I mean. You need to give
No,
your wounds some time to
I'll
heal.
rest tomorrow.
Just,
Uh,
Nicola, please make him a potion every day.
Listen, I only have so much time to find it.
That's fair, but you also only have so much blood. I will endeavor.
Blood
Marquess.
comes back. See, I'm drinking tea. It's replacing my blood.
I do.
Do we have
I
IV
need to
drips?
drink.
When was the IV drip?
No, remember, blood transfusion is a early 1900s thing.
Oh, no.
I just imagined the. See, I have internal bleeding. The blood's supposed to be on the inside of the body.
I also feel like because Kefis is knowledge 5 but has healing 2, he also probably would that comment. Oh, drinking tea and replacing the blood. Not.
I just go.
Yes, but very slowly.
Should I drink something stronger?
No. Well.
Liver.
Who said that?
Your shoulder, Inos.
Ah!
Oh, also,
But
we
I've
did
been
recover
here the
this.
whole time.
Kefis will point out there is a cask of, like I said, of like 2 or 3 bottles. Probably say it's one of those 3 rack types of for ready-made brandy. In box, in crate.
Conrad did say he owed us a few of those. But
Yes,
Brother,
I'm
I'll
sure
say
that
this
his
to
own
you
personal
as-
collection is quite way, but obviously this is. I'm not an expert on mercantilism, but I see no stamp or seal of the king's taxes upon it. So,
of course,
somebody clearly carried it in
Nicola
here
will
in
walk
person.
over and crack one of the bottles open.
All right, it's
I
brandy.
need this.
Conrad,
Very
I
good brandy.
make this very clear. The Marquess has heard none of this, but as your brother, I'm keeping track of all of this for like the end of time.
Yes.
That's
You
pretty
leave-
good.
You at least have something of his.
The nobility flouting the legal system. What a surprise.
Technically, it's more. I just refuse to put it down.
That does not invalidate what he said.
No, all right. Yes, you're right. Shoulder Inos.
Well, that healing potion does seem to have kicked in. Shall we head back to the manor? I shall go into voluntary exile in my room for the day.
The evening, I think.
Nicola is going to be
Yeah, I hear it too.
holding the bottle of brandy in his hand.
I
Go out.
I should make this clear to you, Conrad. If you're going to do this further, we should at least coordinate you being supplied before it properly.
I had all my stuff.
Also, I think if you do it enough times, Aurelia might follow you.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't, actually. Probably.
Well, at the
the
very
fuck is
least, I
this?
think perhaps
Sorry.
next time some better protection. I'll definitely make sure to wear some gloves. Maybe I can get a leather jerkin to fit under the coat. What we've learned, I was going to say, Your Lordship, but that's right, I forgot. Kefis kind of turns to the other two and gestures towards Leslok. The Marquess has the amazing ability to magically leave this place. My good friend Leslok Logi. Yes, that it's not always planned, but I agree. There's definitely some security because I hope you know this, my friend. Knives are sharp. I did not know this.
Mm. Yes.
Better than the stairs, though. Just kind of gives Conrad a wry smile.
You can stay with us if you want to.
Oh no, I'll be fine. My own house does not expect me back No, that would probably be too mean of a joke. I suspect that some of them would question if I did not return at all, which is why it would be better. But no, they have. My Lord Father has made no claims about my position within the house geographically. They'll probably just think I've been out reading at the Royal Archives again very late. And he pulls out his pocket watch and checks. I may do that anyway. A syndicate, huh? Dropping the E because we're trying to be cool. Yes. Stroke chin.
Oh, clearly it's just throwing you off. It's all cat people.
What the fuck is this football game?
Polished glasses with scarf.
Sorry, there's currently a game going on that has 8 interceptions already.
Oh boy. We're having a fun time.
It's so weird.
All right, so back to
Yep, so you guys are going to police up back to the house.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, just to make it clear, Leslok's not condemning me for doing this. He's just that he's more just you've been fucking stabbed 8 times.
It's fine. Konrad, to some degree, doesn't care. He's going to do his own thing. But he did agree that he would at least let you guys know what he was doing so you don't worry as much.
Nicola has no illusions that, I couldn't stop you if I wanted to. You outranked me.
Also,
would
he
take-
outpunches you.
It would take me a while to get out of
That's
the
also
restraints if you got them on me when I wasn't looking, so.
Nicola wouldn't actually restrain you. You're not my boss, but you're like, once again, you're higher position than that.
For the moment. Technically,
Yes.
once Leslok has a child, I'll actually be lower ranked than you if I don't have another title.
You have a few years.
Is that true?
Give you 1 year. No, just kidding.
I think you'd still be
Everybody
higher
make
ranked
sure to
than me
note
because
that one down.
I
I
still
don't
think
wanna-
that's
I don't wanna
technically
go through
true.
this.
I still don't think that's true because you're technically still part of a major house as opposed to a minor house.
I
but-
mean, that's an issue of like interrelations, but you're from a cadet branch, even if you're not invested in any titles or inheritance, and you do hold a court position. You are the court physician. Comrade currently has
right, I keep forgetting that.
no high-ranking titles. He is a sergeant. He has a intermediate military rank in the Lamplighters, but yeah, he's not like super highly ranked. So
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm going to be nursing this brandy all night. God, I'm going to be hungover tomorrow.
Omega, I'm gonna do.
Actually,
I'm
you thought we
doing Mirror
left it at the Gilly Green, but
no, you said you grabbed it. I think.
tonight. Omega, I
You
think I'm
each
doing
mentioned
something
when you're
tonight
talking
before I
about
go
the
to-
things you wanted to bring.
Well, it's
I didn't
Nicola's
double
now.
How long does it take to do?
Sorry, what was that, X?
I'm probably gonna be doing Mirror tonight.
Oh, okay.
all right. So
That's a fun one.
back to Stonehearth.
Yes, you go back to
Are
the
we gonna
Torchlight Hall.
get Logesh?
You can
Torchlight
nap.
Hall, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you guys would leave the room. Logesh would follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would ask that
I was
question to
just making
Kefis.
Also, Loth, I will apologize. I think previously I might have said Logesh when I meant Leslok.
For what?
When you left the room, I think it was insinuating that, oh, Leslok knows because of the seance why I did it, and I think I said Logesh instead. I don't know if that's why you left the room in the first place, but
Oh no! If you remember, what Konrad had said that made Logesh leave the room, which is if anyone was paying attention, this is what I was doing.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that was clear because I
Oh, no,
do remember that I did mixed up the names at one point. So
it happens. I also
I
thought
caught
when
it,
you
but
mentioned
it didn't seem to matter to the conversation, so
Yeah.
I didn't bring it up.
and when you mentioned the seance, I also was like, oh yeah, no, Logesh wasn't there, so he wouldn't quite know the reasoning for that. But I also explained why he thought would be like, oh yeah, the smuggling, and in his head is like putting two and
I
not two
still
and two
don't know
together,
the-
but just
I
connecting
think
dots.
we still don't know the seance even happened, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, nobody said those words out loud.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, Aaron. In terms of out of character stuff, I'm not mad at you.
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a slip of the tongue. That anyway.
Nicola's not mad. He's just
Yeah,
disappointed.
You guys are so. I think there has been like some moments where the characters have actually been like, angry at each other, but most of the time you guys are just so catty. You're just
hell yeah.
just your pack of boys.
I mean,
Bunch of lads.
I'm trying to get us back to the place where Inos is, so he can chime in.
Even if you get back, the time has
I think
passed.
unfortunately you guys have
Okay.
been gone long enough having this conversation. Enos has moved on to phase 2, so
All right, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Chanting in deep speech.
As we hear.
Get back. My
However-
Erie instantly triggers.
We get back home. Logesh would seek out Inos, though.
I think he locked the door because he needs to be uninterrupted for the thing.
I don't actually know if he needs to be uninterrupted for Awaken Object. It's not that complex of a spell. But I do not know if Enos would respond if his workshop door is knocked upon while he's in the middle of some shit. Dun, 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 dun.
I have a question.
What?
Oh my God.
Don't do Phantom of the Opera! No!
I told you
I
there's
have a
organ music
question.
coming out of there for no reason. What is your question, Nicola?
Do jars of Novum Galatius radiate cold?
They would probably be cold to the touch after a while because
Sweet, I'm gonna use it to chill my brandy.
I mean,
That's fun.
just get an ice cube's worth of water, pour a little Novum Glacius in.
Also, wouldn't you
No, I'm
have
just
like an
kidding, 'cause I'm
icebox
not
for
gonna-
like?
I'm not actually gonna give myself alcohol poisoning and drink all this tonight.
I mean, it's like, wouldn't you have like an icebox for all like your alchemy stuff anyway?
I mean, I don't know if you'd have
Well,
an ice
no, because they all
box
need to
on
be
you,
kept at
but,
different temperatures.
There.
That's
but
why I was just gonna
he can
stick
make
it with the
any
Novum.
container or champagne bucket into an icebox if he needs it.
Yeah, I was just gonna stick it with the Novum Glacius.
That probably
Because
is
I do
chilly.
still have 2 of those.
That's cute.
Anyway, Nicola's gonna start screaming into his pillow now.
I'm too loud.
Crawling in.
No, more
Sorry, we're about to have a
like
serious
less
conversation.
emo, more just like panic attack.
That's fine.
And
We
to be
all
clear,
let out stress another way.
and to be clear, Konrad goes into his bed and collapses and goes.
Goes to
Big nap incoming.
big nap energy.
Yeah. Logesh
Anyway,
would have
I keep trying to say that I want to pause because I need a bio break, but we keep having
Okay.
extra jokes, so we're pausing. I'll be right back.
nap time.
Yes, all right. We're paused. Good show though. We're just under 3 hours, so we'll see if we can have a few more conversations. And
So-
I'll be back. Monsieur.
What time is it? I sent off my invites, right?
Yeah, I think you guys have been able to get your list. I'll have to scroll back up because we
Okay.
posted a bunch of gifts since then.
Here we go, Dallas. This is what I'm thinking of when you mentioned that football game.
Grusa's theme.
Oh yeah. No, this game is
Yeah.
I need to watch this back later because what the f is happening?
All right, but we are recording again, my dudes.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yes, I've been running
Okay.
that one for a while. Scrolled up.
So, yeah, if Enos would have that serious conversation with Logesh, Logesh would do. Well, probably first off ask what Enos is doing, just checking in on him.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just working on a present.
Okay,
Very interesting, unique cadence you've selected for that.
Are we in a horror movie now?
No,
One,
Enos is just trying to
two.
Enos is just trying to keep a rhythm in his head.
Enos
I
is
know,
coming
but-
for you.
I'm sorry, the
Also, it's
Daisy
not
is,
the rhyme scheme he had.
permanently soiled
Yeah.
in my brain.
Secondly, Logesh would then explain to Enos what has happened during the night.
I see.
And then would ask Enos for advice on how to be more passionate.
Okay.
Another time.
This is the reason for the quote-unquote serious part of the conversation.
So what how soon do you come see Enos?
Oh, as soon as we get back.
Okay, then Enos will then, just drop the spell casting.
Sorry.
Cuz. What the actual fuck?
This is the greatest conversation ever.
Right. I've only talked about it with Rodrigo, not with you.
Oh. Okay. So, first things first. Out of my workshop. Out. Inos will close up the workshop and stride boldly to the dining room and ask a servant to bring
Something to drink.
Yes, for a cup of glasses and something stiff.
I put we put other parts of the brandy probably in the kitchen.
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with that.
I don't know. Maybe, I'm thinking probably just like a good wine or something.
Yeah, I know. Probably a nice
A good red.
strong wine.
Yep.
All right, cuz I have been properly fortified and my ears are open. Please explain to me why you feel the need to become more passionate.
Because in recent days, weeks, thanks to a certain baron's insistence on having me meet some ladies, I've come to the realization of which maiden holds my interest and heart.
Enos just kind of narrows his eyes at you, and it's like, it's the Espada heir, isn't it? Well, presumed heir.
Yeah, no Rodrigo, no.
That's like, so, you're making Moon Eyes. Oh, hang on one sec. What was her name again?
I know.
Inara. That's why I couldn't think of it. You're making Moon Eyes over.
I also want to bring up, it's very funny that he's like, yes, the person who holds my passion. Ainara Espada, I think out of the three Espadas, has had the least screen time at this trip to the capital.
Yes.
Yep.
So, let me get this straight. You have been making Moon Eyes, Ainara Espada, and been being besties with Rodrigo Espada, two heirs which may break out into a civil conflict at any moment here, and you are now asking to how to be more passionate about this, so you may, I presume, woo and seduce her?
Bit of a brief summary of the situation, but yes.
Oh, trust me, when it comes to these things, you have to be brief, otherwise you'll basically convince yourself never to do anything. Takes another sip of the wine.
Yes. Similar to, I'm getting flashbacks to when I talked to Rodrigo about this, where the other party is just drinking themselves silly.
Listen, I think we made jokes about. I think we made jokes about Enos and Rodrigo having a passion off.
I understand that I am lacking in a lot of departments, passion being one of them.
Enos will scuff and cut you off. Don't think like that, cuz While you may be lacking in some areas, you excel in many more of them. First rule about being passionate: never focus on your weaknesses. Only play up your strengths.
And this is why I've come to you for advice. Because while I certainly am aware of doing... Sorry. I just was distracted by Omega posting. While I certainly know how to handle myself in certain situations, like tactically, strategically, and learnedly, you are very much aware of how socially distant I can be.
Yes.
I can count my good friends on my fingers. And even recently, I've found myself questioning how close I am with our own family. Considering that, in a way, I have no family, both of them being taken away, and then losing. Fuck you! I'm flipping off the screen right now. Losing both parents, and then the second parent, referring to Leothric.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can probably come up with a better word for it than I can at the moment, but yes, I feel
pathetic.
Yes. When it comes to social engagements, yes, I feel pathetic. When it comes to maybe a game of Quantum, yes, I don't feel pathetic there.
Inos is just you sit there quietly, drinks a bit more wine, and mulls things over.
Mulling. Good with wine.
Mm-hmm. Just... Do we have, like, glasses, or we're using, like, tumblers? Like, what's...
You'd be at wine glasses or goblets.
Okay.
Yeah,
goblets. Probably a goblet then, but, he kind of swirls the wine in a goblet. You're not supposed to do that, by the way. Takes another sip.
Yes, but it looks good.
Just ask
it looks...
Just ask Van Sykes. He throws a bunch of his bottles around.
But Inos is thinking about it, and it's like, before we talk about passion, cause there's something that has to be determined before something like that, and that is, what do you want to do? Passion without a goal is just energy is just strength burning and doing nothing. What do you want to direct your passion to? Inos,
that would be a waste of resources.
Inos, stands up, steps upon the table, and, does a little dance and a twirl. It's like, I love dance, I love theater, I love jewels, I love women. So most of my energy goes into pursuing ways to get more of that. That is my passion. And if I get to look good, sound good, and be amazing while doing it, all the better. But, he'll kind of, point down imperiously at you. But you, cuz, what do you want? What is going to drive you to do something stupid? What will drive you to be a little crazy? What is it gonna be that makes you go, this is a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway?
Family.
Being passionate about family is always good.
Sorry, I'm actually tearing up right now, but yeah, no, that would be what Logesh is doing right now, tearing up and just struggling to look composed as he says family.
Mm-hmm. So you're passionate about family. Well, strikes me that you're already a man of passion, cuz. Just maybe not in the ways that you think.
More than likely, no. Yeah.
It has been my personal experience that people who try to become something that they ain't usually become someone who is neither what they were or what they want to be. I would not worry so much about being some new passionate man. You are not an Espada. You are a Logi. If she is not impressed with your mind, your wits, your tactics, and the resources you come to bear, is she actually that worth it?
You speak soundly.
Oh, of course I do. I feel like I'm the smartest one in the bunch, despite how big-brained some of you all are.
Well, again, it's the reason I've come to you for talks about this instead of the others.
Yes,
as much as I appreciate them, I don't think Konrad or even Leslok would be able to help me with this. And Nicola is... yeah.
Weird.
Like, Konrad actually probably has a better idea of matters of love than you may think.
Oh, I don't want to talk to him right now.
Oh.
Good answer.
Not unexpected, but still tickled me all the same.
that was a pretty witty answer. I love that.
Look, I see. Something must have happened when you guys were out and about. But enough of that. If you are so intent on wooing Ainara Espada, then don't try to become something you're not. Instead, reinforce who you already are.
I see.
It's like, be good with the blade. Be good at protecting. Be strong. Be willful. Be a good
Be
listener.
thoughtful.
You know, sir, notice things. See things. It's like...
Logesh would wince upon hearing notice things.
I wins too.
Listen, Inos doesn't fucking know. He wasn't there for that.
I know, right? I'm just talking.
Which is funny because I mentioned that like before Inos decided to close up shop, Logesh mentioned what happened during the night.
Oh, that's
but
right. I feel like you didn't tell me in that much detail, though.
I can't do it. Yeah, probably not in that much detail. So you would know some bits, but not all of it.
So yeah, no, Inos was like, yeah, something did happen. But Inos continues, work more on being who you are, and go from there. I do think probably the most you have to worry about is being someone who's not a fool and not bad with a sword arm, and I think you have a pretty good chance with Ainara Espada. Whether I think that's a good match is a completely different story, but I can't be the one to nitpick other one's love lives for various reasons.
You would have to forgive me for being blunt about this, but yes, you cannot comment on other people's love lives.
Inos just kind of shrugs and continues to dance on the tabletop.
By the way, thank you for this talk, cousin. Are you going to be finishing that? And he would point at the bottle.
And it's like, no, I can't drink too much. I still have a spell to complete tonight.
Thank you. Grab, chug.
Oh, you're good.
Don't drink too much or you won't remember this conversation. You'll feel twice the fool you were before.
Upon hearing that, set bottle down, pull out notepad. Notepad, write down notes.
And it's like, if Inos is going to stop, and he's going to kind of do a squat in front of Leslok and kind of just stare at him.
Logesh.
Okay. I guess. I hate your L names. I hate them.
Don't worry, it's not the first
I made
time
mine
tonight.
first.
Shut up.
Mine was first.
I don't doesn't care who's first. You're both last, in my opinion.
I need a moment.
Go
I'm
on.
joking.
All I know is I'm not the problem.
Right now, you're not. No.
Logesh. Inos will get down to Logesh's level and be like, if you truly want, I can make you a bit of, I won't call it liquid courage, but gemstone courage. It'd make you much more alluring and dashing, and attractive to others. But no. Inos holds up a finger, but it will not be real. It'll be fake. And if you remove said object of courage, you'd be, well, what you are now.
I was about to say, yeah, that would be fake and would not. It would go against the kind of thing we just talked about. So I appreciate the offer.
Inos laughs. It's like, I did say all that, but there's also another saying. It's called fake it till you make it.
Personally, after that talk and everything, I can't accept such a thing.
Good.
I do have my own sense of pride.
And that's what you need, cuz. Pride. With pride becomes passion. And passion becomes
I don't know.
pride.
I was about to say, my brain is thinking that that's going to lead us like some kind of Sith code of like, pride becomes passion. Passion becomes strength. With strength, my chains are broken.
And you are free. I
Yep.
mean, it is kind of true.
The
But
Force will set me free. But yeah, no. Thank you. This is why, for stuff like this, I like to turn to you. I apologize for interrupting your spell making.
it's fine. I'll just be up until to the hours of the vigil.
Yeah.
That's nothing new.
It only delays you by an hour.
But yes, thank you. I will finish this off since I've written down my notes. And prepare for tomorrow. With that, Logesh would stand up, pull Inos into a hug before he could say anything, and then leave.
You know I was still standing on the table, right? You kind of just hugged
he
my
would
knees.
No, he would grab you, pull you down to his level, and then leave.
Logesh is a big boy.
Make it like a dance move. Make it a dance move, and you might go with
No,
it.
I refuse to be hugged. I will dance away. Dance away.
Roll dodge. Kidding.
My dex is higher than yours. Spin. Now,
Body plus fight to hug.
don't. You're gonna make. Fuck it.
I'm just totally.
Oh, no.
Eno's crab walking away.
2 4s.
Well, Inos, can your coordinate plus dodge beat? Because I'm assuming that you don't
Yeah!
No.
Social wins.
Sixes.
Social wins.
Yes, Inos crab walks back.
Yeah, and then Logesh will probably just, hearty chuckle and be like, "Yep, that's you, all right," and then just walk away.
All right.
Now that-
Logesh responds.
Omega, I have
Yes,
a
thank you, I
question.
did make
Gotta
that.
love Zoidberg.
Yes.
Could I just do mirror mirror consecutively, or is there like a limit of being how many times I could just do it?
No, you can keep casting it so long as you can succeed. It's an intensity 3 spell, and it takes you 7 minutes each time.
I could spend like a half hour to get like 3 to 4 questions.
Yep.
All right, so I should probably just start doing that.
All right. Well, I have one more small, also probably small scene.
All right, go ahead.
Inos, when you go back to your workshop,
Mhm.
I assume you're going back to your workshop after.
Yes.
You pop back in to see how things are. You left all your candles and lanterns on. The door is closed behind you. And kind of leaning against the wall is Moira. She's ditched her like overcoat and longsword, so she's in just like shirt sleeves and her short swords, and she just says, "Oh, Inos." Then she came out of your little She wiggles her fingers in some vaguely mystical gesture. Wanted to pop by, have a word. Noticed today and the other day that young Miss Aurelia, she's been a little off, been a little not herself. And while she didn't exactly dob you out or anything, there's probably only one thing she wouldn't explain to me, so I assume it's something, mystical related.
And it's like, Inos, yeah, I think it's like, yes, it is mystical related.
All right.
Sorry, my brain is just going, like Enos was like, yes, going from a conversation he had full control over to, oh god, no.
Probably not, oh god, no, but definitely...
Enos is definitely defensive right now.
Yes. She's like, well, obviously, I think that is your department normally, but I am charged by the man who is the Marquess of House Logi with the protection and also some other stuff of young Miss Aurelia. So I'd like, in the future, if you're gonna do something that's gonna, get her all cattywampus, could you let me know first? Something affecting her health and general gesture itself. As you will recall, temporarily attuning is the flawed, so she loses a wound box.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not 100%. So yeah, that's where Moira's at right now.
Sorry, I'm thinking like how would Enos like respond to this?
Yeah, she's not like she's got her arms crossed and like is managing to look down her nose at you in the clearly I'm disappointed in you way, but she's also not being like super accusatory, like, hey, you do some fucking witchcraft on this child. She's just like, hey, if you're gonna like fuck up her health and wellness, could you tell me beforehand?
No, Enos will probably be a little catty. It's like, yes, if I can remember with all the other dozens of things I need to take care of around this establishment, yes, I will let you know every time I am instructing my student on how to manipulate souls. Yes. Is that all?
What's your sense, Enos?
2.
Yes.
You do.
It's very funny. None of those are chest where I'd want it to be, but well,
Again,
we'll
I
stick
guess.
with it. Take 2 shock to the head. Faster than you can react, Moira like takes a half step forward, draws one of her short swords, but doesn't like slash with it. She just taps you right in the spot, like on the bridge of your nose with the pommel. Dink! And then she's it right away. And while presumably Enos is thinking, ow, she says, Enos, I'll say this in the most respectful way possible. You have many things to worry about, and that is your problem. And I understand, for the lot of you, you're very young, and you have a lot of problems. The only thing that concerns me right now is the safety of the girl I'm charged with looking out for. So yes, if you can find time in your day.
Oh no, Inos is now actually mad. It's like, yes, let's talk about some of those problems. Because I saw over that minute that you made a very interesting gesture when that person was announced. Do you have some people who might be involved with you, who might bring trouble to us, Moira?
No, not trouble to you. Well, actually, wait. I guess technically you'd be concerned since you pay me if something happened to me. But no, all of my problems are personal.
Yes, but we're now employers, so now your problems are our problems. Like, what if one of your problems decides to take your charge?
Now you can tell that Moira is now upset. She leans forward and says, well, they're gonna have to get through me, and they're gonna have to get through you first.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
It is. So instead of doing your little display of power over me just to prove a point that is only solved by violence, how about you just go your way and I'll do the best I can? There's no need for this display.
I think there is, since you're thinking about it that way. It's just a little reminder, sorcery's great. Everyone can hold a sword. And sometimes, I know you come in here and you think about stuff with, like, the magical ways that I don't really follow. And I know that sounds rude, but I'm a simple sword maker, son. I make swords, I hit people with swords. That's all I know. I'm pretty good at it, but I know that eventually someone somewhere will dig up that they're better at both of those things than I am. Which is, you know, part of the problem. You're pretty good at the stuff you do, and gods know I don't even know all the stuff you do. You spend a lot of time in here. She kind of does look around and, like, she was clearly annoyed, and, you know, like, she doesn't appreciate that Inos is cross with her, but, like, Moira seems to relax very easily naturally because she's not really that scared of you.
Actually saying this, where is, what is, like a table or something nearby?
Yeah, I mean, it's your workshop.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Shatter the Soul on it.
Alright, roll.
Inos is not gonna let himself be bullied, or what he perceives himself as being bullied. Yep, that makes it.
Force. Yeah.
So, yeah, the table just is destroyed.
Yeah, you just reach over, probably a little hard, because you don't need to do it hard, but you're annoyed, and just kind of, like, wrap the back of your knuckles on, like, a knot in the table, and the table just kind of, like...
It's like... It's like... And, you know, he'll just turn back to Moira.
She kind of nods. She's like, all right, that's pretty good. Can you do that on people?
And so, like, he's gonna lean in. Do you want to find out?
So that's a no. Well, then the swords are still pretty good.
All right, I'm buying Soul Sundering next session.
I mean, hey, if you're like, if that's how that goes, that's fine.
I guess
I guess
how you
gonna take that as a win. Actually,
but I guess you just have to like
yes, cool. I convinced him to punch people to death.
Question: what would you do if Moira went yes?
No, Moira takes that as like, okay, so that's a no, or at least not right now. Well, that's a pretty impressive way to take out a table, and knowing how your kind works, that probably extends to she'll start counting on her fingers. You know, knives, swords, shields, sticks. But again, son, you're right. I've come into your place of work. You're annoyed. I didn't bother when you were working on something, but then you were out. So I figured I'd have a little chat now before we went to bed. But what I'm trying to tell you is lots of people have swords and guns and lots of other pointy things. And quite frankly, humans are so annoyingly violent that, as you know, we like to fight each other with our bare hands and with sticks and stones if we have to. Sometimes I wish we wouldn't. Like I said, my primary concern right now is making sure Aurelia's all right. And I know you don't mean anything by it, but it's the kind of thing where, you know, she kind of holds up her hands and says, you're doing magic stuff, and you're kind of putting that up here. And I understand that to you, that's, you know, up here. It's important. But to both of us, her safety is also, like, up here, and she holds her second hand even higher. And since I'm responsible for her safety, you could let me know about these things rather than have it be one of the many things you got to worry about. Like the fact that you need a new table now. She kind of looks at the pile of rubble where the table you punched apart is.
It's like, I get that, Moira. I truly do. But I still can't get the feeling, like maybe this is just me and my youthfulness, but I kind of get the feeling that you are still trying to bully me here a bit. You've made your point.
All right, then why... Never mind. What I was going to say is, then why are you still being catty at me? But that's also not right. I've known you like a week, and you're catty to bloody everybody. Normally I think it's cute, you know, but it's me. It's just kind of frustrating. You may want to think about that for future interactions. Like I said,
Moira, please leave.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm trying to be
Please
right now.
leave!
I'm not good at it. She kind of gives you a half turns to the door, gives you a long side eye, and goes. Closes the door behind her.
Look, why does everyone want to talk to me tonight?
Through the door, you hear, it's because you lock yourself in the room for like 6 hours. You need to plan it out better.
I don't want to talk to you.
You hear footsteps going away. By the way, technically, one of the 2 shock damage in your brain case goes away. The scene is ended.
Lost all of it.
I was planning on going for like a tap on your sternum, but then I rolled literally no matches that involve your torso.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. She just ran up and knocked me on the head for almost no reason.
Yeah, the
His toe.
point she said later she was trying to get at is that, you know, you're pretty cool and you're magical, but like...
Oh yeah, no, I understand the point that Moore was making, but like I said, Inos was trying to get back to his project, just got done with one talk, has another one get done, is already going to be playing it late up. So he really didn't want to be bothered with this, so he's like, yes, okay, fine, cool, let's go, moving on. And then she does the tap thing, and now that's what makes him mad. And then she keeps trying to explain her point when it's already shown that Inos is pretty upset by this, and he's not going to magically change his mind over it. He needs time for that. So at that point, he's just like, please just leave. So he can sort out his emotions.
And your table.
And my table.
That's me out of character being like, you've punched a table.
Yes. Because... And that's also the other thing is, like you might not have seen it like as an Omega, but no, it definitely felt like Moira was talking it down to Inos, you know, saying things like young and he can't solve all these problems. So he did kind of he was a bit childish about it with the table thing. But
yeah, and I mean, you could also could roll empathy to get it. I think what I was trying to go for there, and like I said, hopefully coming across, Moira does get that. Like she said, she wanted to try and give him his credit, but also you are 19 and she is a person who has been in way more life or death situations than you have been, even though you've been in a few. So she was probably talking down to you, but was trying to make it sound nicer than that. But also, this is, you know, just out of character stuff. Moira's not the greatest at that. She's, you know, doing the best she can with what she has, which is hitting people with swords. But yes, you are now uninterrupted.
Yes. Inos will lock his workshop door, ignore anyone else who tries to talk to him, and... Well, actually, since I canceled, I think I have to recast it.
Yes, technically I think you gotta roll for it. And I was gonna say that you probably could have let it ride, but like I said, you did stop and like totally step down the process and leave the workshop. So yeah, it's probably gotta start over.
And it's like, yes, Inos would find it annoying to be interrupted, but he'd rather be annoyed and help someone with their problems rather than, just ignore them. Like I said, the thing with Mora is this wasn't something that had to, like, she could have probably brought this up, morning breakfast, and he'd probably been a lot more okay with it. Be like, oh, okay. But like I said, she shows up in his workshop, like right when he's get back after he's dealing with one interruption. So he's dealing with a second interruption. He's being a being a little bit of a childish bitch here because he wants to get back to working on the project that he has to deliver tomorrow. So he's already feeling the burn for a girl that, he has very strong feelings for, but, there's a whole complex thing about here. And then he's basically getting talked down to by an older woman for him trying to do his own job because he's not informing her about every little thing that he does. So, yeah, no, like, Inos is quite frustrated at the moment.
And now you gotta work for 6 hours. But
now I gotta work for 6 hours. Fine. Yes. No, it's like I don't want anyone to get the impression that I was actually trying to get mad at Meg or anything, or like actually like mad at Mora. I am trying to play an angsty 19-year-old kid.
Yeah, and that's like again, this is the problem. Moira's not a great communicator.
Yeah.
We've sent the wrong follower of Leofric Logi to you first to like help you work through your bullshit. Moira will keep your ass alive, but the other stuff she's not great at. But
great bodyguard for Aurelia. Not so great with the therapy coach.
But it's definitely like a moment of where like honestly, if you hadn't said please leave, I feel like we were gonna get to like grab you by the shoulders and shake and be like, you can't do it. You gotta. You can't keep cooped up in your office, kid. You gotta like talk to people about your problems, and not me. Please, not me. I'm bad at this.
Yeah, no. Like if Enos doesn't talk about his problems.
Yes.
Oh no,
I think that's the thing that even Moira has keyed on. But like I said, her response would be like, "You need to talk to somebody. That person cannot be me. I will stab you before it's me."
Inos, I have completely realized this, and I completely respect it because Nicola is the same way.
I have this dumb thing. It's
None
like,
of us talk about our problems.
I want to help other people, but it's like, wait, I have all my other shit I need to balance. I really shouldn't be divesting my time to help other people when they really
that's what
can't.
I'm relying on.
And that's
as
why
a character thing, I think that works for Leslok. Of like, Leslok wants an open door policy, but also he's the fucking Marquess.
Also, I'm fucking busy.
That's the thing. Like Moira I want to make this clear to everybody listening for reference. I think I had a good tone on it, but just to be clear, Moira's not being condescending when she says all of you people have so much things to do and she only has like one thing to worry about. She means it genuinely.
No, I'm like I like out of character. I understand that Moira was coming from a good place. It was just kind of worded, but I had to seriously think about this. Okay, no, Inos is like a little bit of a temperamental mood right now. How would he take this? Probably not too well. That's why I had to like take that. That was why I took that moment of thinking like, how would I answer this? So no.
Yeah, and like, and I think Inos has learned something, which is that like, Moira is the type of person who doesn't take any shit. She doesn't have any malice about it, but also like, she is going to kind of like bounce off that Inos tactic and just be like, okay, you're just being a little snit to me. That's not helping either of us right now. But that's, a conversation I'm sure the characters can work out later. Yeah, we're like 3.5. It's almost midnight. I know we want to clock it some Sons of the Forest. I'm okay wrapping up the day here.
Yeah, I think
I'd like
several big feisty scenes.
I would like to do mirror.
Yeah. I think we can also clock that in as well. You can at least get a couple of questions in. It does take you 7 minutes to cast that.
I know. I'm probably just gonna block out like 35 minutes.
Nicola does not have anything to do today, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're asleep.
All right, let me just.
I have plenty of shit I'm planning on doing tomorrow. So
I assume the 7 minutes are taken up even if I fail the roll.
Yes, you take the 7 minutes and then you get to cast it.
Okay.
Oh, Omega, Also, I just wanted to note, I did want to personally give Wright Eglintine's invitation in Elvish.
Okay. You'll find out tomorrow.
She's the one who's half Fae, right?
Now she has very human parents, but she has a fairy godmother, so.
Oh, that's what it... Never mind. I'm dumb. I thought...
You still take it.
I don't know why I thought she had a Fae mother.
I mean, you could write a segment in Fae.
It would be very private if you were... Anyway, go ahead and roll Mirror, which is intensity what? 4? 3?
I got 3. 10's an 8. 7.
Alright. Well, you only get one at a time because you didn't...
Yes.
Multiple action. Also, I think you need 2 mirrors
Leslok took... so I'm taking this from a thing that Konrad was brought up. Who has the silver tongue?
That is a fairly direct question, but I will make the answer apparent. So you actually have a mirror for this, or are you doing the water?
Yeah, I have a mirror for this.
Okay. So you focus, you chant a couple of things, touch both your hands to the mirror, and you ask, "Who has the silver tongue?" The reflection in the mirror is not of a person, but you see a slightly, I don't want to say grubby, but slightly like grungy interior. No, you've asked your question. That's it.
Okay.
There are no takebacks. If you, this is the actual part of the spell. If you ask a question that doesn't work, I just tell you that question doesn't work, and the spell
that's fair. I was just trying to say silver tongue as a singular word.
Yeah, no. I know what you mean by it, but that's what I was saying. Your question has a more complex answer than I think Leslok is thinking. You see like I said, like a grungy room. It looks like it was once higher quality, but is now kind of on disrepair. And you see a little out of focus, but you see a couple of display cases in this room, with some vaguely defined objects. It looks like it's a study or a gallery room somewhere, and in one of them you see the sword Silvertongue. So that it appears that Silvertongue is not being carried or held by a person. It is in a place.
All right, I'm gonna go prepare my follow-up question because I've also Leslok is writing this down.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll say where I leave my notes for it later, but yeah. All right, let's
roll again.
Yeah, okay.
No, lots of 10s and 9s. You're fine.
Yeah.
All right, question 2.
What is the name of the place the Silver Tongue is held?
Are you just gonna go down the list so you can narrow it down?
What is the name of the place? That is a direct question. I'm trying to think how the information would get communicated to you.
Would it just be like a street corner?
No, because I don't even know how street signs are in this time period.
That's fair.
I always think of a better line after I'm done with the argument, and I hate that.
Oh, don't we all?
That's fair. I'm like asking, it's like...
No, he's thinking about his other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're so quick to violence, you probably have a bunch of enemies that can probably bother us.
I mean, that's a good line, but also you make it too easy. Moira's response would be would probably be less than you think. No, see, hers is better.
Yeah, I know, but it's still better. It's still a better line than what I had.
No, it would have been a better exchange. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see.
I guess it would be a
like I wasn't I wasn't actually interested in beating her in her argument. I just didn't want to sound like an idiot.
You just want to get some good jabs in.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
We'll just show the front of the place if there's like any like design to like the front or whatever.
No. You've asked what's the name, so you get the name, not what does it look like or where is it. The mirror like becomes like foggy and tarnished, even though it's perfectly room temperature in this room, and like somebody on the reverse of a window at your favorite sauna. The name Yoktman is written on the mirror. That is a name. You know, because you asked the question, it is a place name.
Mm-hmm.
You're smart enough, you can put two and two together. You know what one of the rooms in the place named that looks like.
Yes. The gallery in Loth. I'm not asking any more follow-up questions. I think like that's enough. I think that's a lead for that.
I mean, that's a name. Yes, you can definitely like go
a name
and
a place in the name. So
yeah, you gave me a thinker when you said who has it. Oh, that's a complicated question.
Listen, I want to give a target for Konrad.
I mean, Konrad has targets.
Yeah,
fair.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is why I don't like necessarily using like divination.
No, you're right.
Well, and I want to say, like I said, this is also why like I literally have it in the writing of like, no, you roll, and if you ask a question that's too loosey goosey, I'm just like, you get a vague something back. Or
look, as a former forever DM, I love when players use divination. It's great.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because you probably give them fucking monkey paws. Or something
no,
equivalent.
I don't give them monkey paws. I just be as vague as fucking possible.
Like if Leslok straight up asked the mirror who killed Leofric Logi, he would either just get an image of the guy who did the stabbing, you know, all like cloaked up and stuff,
or his name.
Or he would probably get a vision of just like a conspirament of shadowy figures.
Oh, I was going to ask, where is the man of where was the assassin of the broken foot?
The man with the limp. That would probably not be very helpful because that guy. I don't know where that guy is right now. He's not within somewhere where you could reach him in a reading.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's why I voiced it now.
Thinking about all those questions, I would literally just have it show a picture of a shallow grave somewhere.
That's fair.
No, I will say the man with the limp, the man that Inos shot in the knee, is definitely not dead yet, because it's more dramatique that way. But also, there ain't no way you're pinning his ass down with a scrying spell like that.
No, that's fair.
It's gonna need some lead up for that. But yeah, asking for name and other stuff, like it's it's
fair.
there. Okay, all right. Do you have any further questions to cast Mirror Mirror? You have only spent like 15 minutes doing this.
I want to ask. Wait, I need to make sure I have the name right.
Oh, excuse me.
I think it's too vague.
What is it that you're thinking about?
Where is the cult of the king who's to come housed?
Yeah.
I think it's too vague.
Also, I think that's a little bit to our wheelhouse right now.
That is fair.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that, you know, Leslok thinks about, but no, you were right. That's probably too open-ended of a question. What would you do if I just showed you a picture of Troikoro, you know?
That's fair. I feel like Leslok would ask it just out of a as a character, like he would ask it and then just get like a burned map as an image.
I mean, if you want to roll it, you do have to roll to see if you.
I would have to still do it because I think he's still gonna ask.
And honestly, I think that's a fine response to realizing that the question is God, you're killing it with these. Yeah, another boatload of nines. Yeah, no. You know, you ask, you know, the cult of the king is to come. You know, where are they housed or located? Yeah, you just the mirror just shows you a you know, distant foggy reflection of what you know to be like a high level map of Troikaron. You know, just kind of here.
I don't think Leslok has any other direct question. So I think he's going to take the private gallery of Lochtramon on a note. And he's going to, I guess, did Conrad lock his door?
That's a good question.
No.
Leslok's just going to leave it on your mantle.
Like inside?
Yes. He's going to softly open the door and put the note on, like, your dresser.
What's going on?
We can talk about it in the morning.
Okay.
Do not wake the patient, or I will fucking shoot you.
No, someone was casting a spell or something woke me up.
Yeah. I was. Let's look at the keywords.
Oh no, it felt like bad magic.
I need fucking sleeping fist. Like a non-damaging attack that just puts opponent to sleep.
Okay.
I mean, that is actually an alchemy spell. That's soporific.
All right.
You should get sleeping
forms.
Just throw sleep. Technically be ether, but yes. Chloroform actually doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but
The soporific does, but anyway.
Yeah.
This is super chloroform.
Anyway.
Ether, yeah.
Also, yes, if people are, for the audio people, there was a side conversation where, like he was talking about, I don't know if Moira should have been able to know. I didn't know Soul Sunder without a roll, and I'm like, I thought about having her roll empathy. No, she just guessed what you said. Would you like to find out? And like, if you actually had bought Soul Sunder, because I can never keep track of what spells you guys have off the top of my head, I would have just been like, well, that's egg on my face.
And I was like, no, like, that's super fair. It's like, fucking guessed and was right.
I don't got no spells.
Welcome to how the boy relives her life.
Okay, so yeah, I guess those would be like, I found you a lead. We can talk about it.
Oh no, Konrad's back asleep by now.
Listen, healing takes juice.
Yes.
He was literally only awake because I rolled an eerie check when Inos soul shattered the table.
Yeah, it's like, Leslok just leaves the note on his dresser and then I think just closes the door.
Yep. All right, and I think that's the point where we go to bed, so we can clock in the EXP. You all did great. Everybody gets at least 2. And I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned at the start of this, I have notes from Inos, Comrade Leslok.
Yeah.
I must now write a spicy note on Moira.
I think I also need... Oh, no, I wouldn't have seen any of that.
No, you're not there.
I probably need to update a note. Wait, can we write notes on each other?
I need to... Yes. That's why we're
Okay, I
listening.
probably need to
Dramatis
write a
Personae
note
for this
on
person.
Konrad.
I know who needs a new note from me. Kefis.
Oh, yeah, I definitely also need to write a note on Kefis.
Kevis has already written his notes. He needs to hit the gym. Gotta have that boy add some more points to his unarmed striking scores.
Also, I hope
Where's
you guys
our,
don't
where's
take
our
any light of
bonus
it.
to Mesotoric Discipline?
Well, discombobulate is in pugilism.
I will say this. Dallas, I hope you don't mind that Leslok is going to be versus that if Konrad goes out, you better make him a fucking stone skipper.
He needs time.
He needs time. Anyway.
Oh, I'm planning on making him a stone skin potion. Don't worry.
See, the problem with that is that Konrad would have to drink it, though.
Konrad doesn't like magic, I'm realizing.
Konrad does not have to drink it.
Konrad is like, I think I mentioned it before, it's like he realizes that it's a gift of the gods, but it still freaks him the fuck out because he doesn't understand it.
Does alchemy really count as sorcery? It's literally
Yes.
not magic.
It is
It's
actually
magic science.
like you are
magical science.
you are using your understanding of the underlying magic to do things that are not possible for.
So,
other
Omega,
people.
I have a question then.
Yeah.
Can you inject potions into people?
I mean, yeah, probably. But also, I don't think you have a theory of injectification yet.
I don't think we have blood work yet.
Hold on.
Yeah, we talked about how we don't have
I don't-
blood transfusions. I don't think we have, like, needles.
I don't know if you have the hypodermic yet.
Yeah,
like,
the hypodermic
I'm
needles. excuse me.
gonna look that up actually.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Because
that would be a good thing to check.
we're 18th centuries. We're like the 1700s. ish.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little
We're
wavy. It's like
we're late
some more advanced.
1700s.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, it's
Or like
earlier
mid,
than
but
you
yeah.
might think, but
Is it like 18? Is it the early 1800s?
it's like early 1800s.
We're like mid to late 1700s.
I mean, that could be a thing that like Nicola could invent and be like, "I've got a cool idea. What if I fill my potion in a hollow needle and juice them directly?"
Well, the early, it looks like it wasn't really done for the crudest was done in like 1656, used on animals, which used like quills and bladders. But the concept of injection has been around since ancient Greeks and Romans, because they would study it from poisoned weapons and snake bites.
Yeah, so it's hypodermics.
I was just
kind
more
of exists.
because injection has been a thing since ancient time, but it's also very messy.
Yeah,
It's probably more about like dealing with it taking stuff out of like monster stuff.
It's
probably-
syringe needles were not invented till the early 1800s.
yes,
It's
definitely.
probably just because like ingesting it is more effective because you know what's going to happen when they ingest it, rather than I might hit a vein, I might hit muscle, I might hit bone, when I try and inject
Also,
it.
why did I even we eat breakfast together? I can get you to take the potion anyway.
You assume I don't have smell.
It also only lasts.
You assume
like,
it's
two,
odor. It's an odoring potion.
It only lasts
I
2-3
do.
hours.
Skin doesn't actually have an odor, but
It only lasts 2-3 hours.
yeah, it would not work. It's a thing you're gonna have to discuss. Like I said, Konrad, finds it's useful
I'd have
and
to
it's kind of
chase you
but it's
down with
also
alchemy.
weird.
Yeah. Like that's also he has said that he would let you guys know, so he's not going to be. Yeah.
All right then.
Anyways,
Yeah, Konrad, not Konrad. Kefis definitely needs to take a low blow next. Anyway, we're wrapping up. You got your EXP.
yeah.
I only deserve 1 EXP today.
Why only one? You role played and you were here. That's 2.
I barely did anything.
Sir,
Sir, you healed.
Okay.
I had 2 conversations, and one of them was a hissy fit.
I had
It was
zero
it was very in
conversations.
character though.
Incorrect.
drunk in a
What do you
bar.
call talking in the room with Konrad?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the 2 experience.
I know you feel like you don't need it, but no, like you're all here and you're all in character.
No, it's not bad. I felt like I didn't deserve it. If you say it, I get it, I get it.
Hey, Omega.
You get it. Yes, I'm trying to end the recording.
Okay. I'm taking the
Saying
living
it's not
sight.
about the audio. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.